listen, it's like Keisha and I are not communicating. I'm
You're
trying
the
to tell
one,
her
if you
something and she's
remember, you're the one that when I said, because when I first come on scene was when Keish did that whole pissed on somebody's grave, and I was like, ooh, I don't like her. You Kmac are the one that told me I was wrong. I need to give her a chance. She's a great person. Da 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 da. And you were
mm-hmm.
right. I did. I ended up going, I ain't gonna judge somebody at their worst because she is a good person. Now she still don't like me because I voiced my opinion about her, but that's okay. She don't have to like me. She don't have to let me up on her panel. I respect whatever. But you are the one that told me how great of a person she was.
That is correct.
And so when I hear all this, I'm like, okay,
Here's
I,
the deal. Right now, I'm defending myself in a
I know.
hardcore motion, and I feel kind of pressed about Keish. And um, I don't want to express how I feel either way. I
I
feel
know.
like I really
I
just want
can
to stick
see
to the
that.
topic.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. We'll talk. I mean, whatever. I didn't mean to jump topic. I just want you to remember that at one point you are the one that was selling quiche to me.
Oh, I do remember.
Okay.
And I'd like you to tell Keish that because she's
Well, I
like,
was
you've
going to get up
always
on
hated
panel and
me.
have this conversation with you over there because I know you and I can have calm adult conversations.
Right.
But, but she won't let me up on her panel, and that's okay. I respect that. It's her panel, her choice, her room. But screaming and whatever, and I understood you were outraged. I love Pam. I think Pam's a sweetheart. I think she was at a very ugly point that night. That I was in. I wasn't in that live. I was in that live the day after that happened, and everybody was irate about it. But
See, and that's where I'm at right now. However, I'm also a person who believes that everybody gets to choose for themselves what is right for themselves. Like if they want to forgive and forget and move on, that's on them. That's fine. I don't tell anybody how to live their life or who to forgive and not forgive or whatever. For me, it's a no. But
and
that
that's
is my
respectable.
opinion.
That's respectable, and I respect you for that. And as long as you don't hold, and it sounded like you were trying to hold Keisha accountable for forgiving her, and I
No,
didn't think that
I
was
was holding Keish accountable for coming at me.
well.
That's
And I
all.
understand. I can see that. And you were on a fight because you wasn't fighting, so you were in a fight or flight, but you was fighting,
I
and I give you
was.
that. I
And I'm
respect
just
that.
sick of it. Like everything was fine. And Keish comes back and then I mentioned her name in an experience that I had because she had came back and I said, what I had went through. And she was mentioned barely, like barely. That girl has played that clip 14,000 times. Like she will not let it go. I've
Well,
never heard somebody so obsessed in my life with anything.
yes, you have. Sal's did it to you for a week.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's why I said in the comments,
But
came at you
Keish
kind
did
of
it on her, but it was on Keisha's panel that she did it. Like Keish
right.
loves this. She loves it. She always says she's not drama and she's going to get her. Like I thought she was going in a new direction. She's not
And
going in any new direction. She's the same
but
old Keish.
that came at you have to understand though. I mean, I'm not taking up for. Keish can be whatever she wants to be on her panel, and when you go on other panels, you know everything comes back to everybody.
Of course.
People act like people act like this is when we get on panels with people, they act like we on a one-on-one call. No, we ain't. You know we ain't. You might as well. We might. I don't know. Everybody is telling everything and adding to it, taking away from it. I hate to see. I don't know. Like I said,
Here's
we
the
had.
thing. There
Go
is
ahead.
a lot of people who don't like me. Keisha's one of them, and that's fine. Like, I don't care. And as far as Susan goes, she lied about me. And she left me no choice but to prove her wrong, that she lied. And she's still wavering, like she'll go back and forth. Yes, I lied. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. The fuck she did. She did. She did. She did.
What
She
did
did.
she lie? What did she lie about? I missed that whole
She,
part of it.
in Cook's chat yesterday, she told everybody that I asked her to send a couple of people that video about Pam, and that's not true. I never did. I never did. That never happened. And so I posted that small clip in our DMs. And I want to be very clear. I have a ton of DMs with Susan, and I did not post anything but the one thing she lied about. I have a lot of other
You
things
have a
I could
right
have
to do that.
posted.
And you have a right to defend yourself, and you absolutely have a right to feel whatever. I just didn't want you to. And the only thing I think you've done, not, I don't even think it's wrong, because you have a right to talk about your feelings with your friends, and you have a right to be friends with everybody.
Yep.
But you know how Sal's did every panel she went on, that's what she talked about, was one person and attack, 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 and get everybody on board. And it was like, if they don't agree with me, then I'm mad. And I just think you need to let everybody have a right to not be mad if they don't want to be mad. Other than that, you have an absolute right to defend yourself, and you have an absolute right to not like what Pam said. I'm not a fan of what Pam said. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying, by you not letting people not be mad makes you not look great. You know what I'm saying? That's as a
Mhm.
friend. You know I love you. I don't care if you're pro, anti, like the toilet bowl, identify as a toaster. I don't care. I love you. I think you're a sweetheart. And I will always feel that way unless you come, I
Thank
don't.
you, Steph.
You're welcome. So, with that whole Cooks thing, I was there for you. I love you to death.
And
I just,
that's a thing that I don't want to revisit. We have moved
absolutely,
past that, and I'm really happy
absolutely.
that we are. I do know um, that people's opinions of me on the I don't know. I'm not even calling them sides anymore because I'm not doing sides. I'm not
Right,
posting
right.
gypsy content. I've deleted everything off my page. I'm not even speaking about how I feel anymore at
Uh-huh.
all. Audrey J, this is another thing. She got up there
Yeah, I
on
heard that part of it.
that
I
was
thought
a
that's
flat out
bullshit.
lie.
Yeah, I knew that was bullshit. And I
Flat
actually
out
repeated
lie.
that. I actually repeated that on a panel the other yesterday, and I was like, but I don't believe that one bit.
Flat out lie. Did not
Yeah.
happen. Never happened. And there's people in the chat that believe her. Like, what? That's crazy. I'm as anti gypsy as you can possibly be, but I'm very, very pro Brie. And I'm like pro a lot of people over there who support
Right,
Brie.
and that's great. I think, like I said, I am not one, and you know this, Kmac. I'm all about, people can call me whatever they want. They can, I don't care about that. I don't care. You like who you like, you respect who you respect, and you don't who you don't. And I'm okay with all of it. Do you? And I don't judge you for none of it. Um, there's
Here's
very,
the thing, people, when you go on, and this is why I really didn't want to go live. That's why I only spoke a little bit. In fact, when I went up on Bree's panel, it was mainly to talk about pancakes and what I had just discovered. And then the conversation went on for a couple of hours, and like a normal conversation, it evolved, it turned, it twisted, we talked, and it was positive, it was good. I mean, the people that were in there could feel it was good. I wasn't negatively speaking about anyone.
I
And it's
didn't think you
crazy.
were.
I wasn't. And I can't even defend myself over on Keisha's panel because she will not shut the fuck up about it. She keeps going in a direction that did not happen. It's like she's creating and manifesting whatever it is in her own head, and it's not true. It didn't happen. I don't know what she's hearing, but it's not the reality of the situation. And I'm not going to keep fighting with someone who is clearly not in a good place mentally or
Well,
something.
it sounded like to me, and I can actually say this without because I don't think Keish likes me anyway. But I think she wants. I think she's a good-hearted person, but it's almost like, have you ever found, or I, back in the day when we were children, not that I'm calling her a child, and you had a boyfriend and he was good to you, but you just really didn't like him, and you had to find some reason to break up with him.
Yes.
It, it's like she's kind of finding to have a reason not to like you.
Yeah, I agree with
Without
you.
saying, I don't, why can't people just be adults and be like, hey, I just don't like this person, and it's okay.
That's
We,
right.
we don't
If
have to
I had have
pinpoint a
felt, if
reason.
she had have said anything to me back in the day, I would have been the fuck out. Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe that. I would have probably just moved on. In fact, I can be adults and still follow people and have them follow me that we don't like each other. I allow people to follow me that do not like me. I
Absolutely.
haven't blocked everybody. I only block troll accounts that are trying to hurt other people and be malicious about it. That's who and Audrey J. I blocked her,
Yeah.
obviously,
I
because,
did
and
figure out how
Susan,
to
because
block
people
people.
who
You
lie
do.
about me, if you're
Yeah.
going to lie about me, you're not going to follow me. I'm not going to allow you
Right.
to do that. But I don't have a problem. Like, I can disagree with people. We can move on. Like, I don't have issues like that. It's never been a thing for me. Dealing with someone like Keish on an angry level who is creating her own drama that didn't happen is bizarre. Like, I don't know how to defend myself, but keep saying that's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what said. That's a lie. I mean, it's just repetitive. I might as well just get a recording of myself and let her press a button because it's weird.
But you have every right to defend yourself, and you have every right to feel however you feel about anything.
So
I
what
don't.
she did is she turned it into poor Quiche. I'm a black woman. You've never been called the N word. How dare you? You use your white privilege. And I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I was defending you, you crazy lunatic. Like, what is wrong with you?
I mean, I don't agree with white or black using that word, so it doesn't.
That's how I feel too.
I don't think that you have the right to use that word if you're of color or if you're not of color. I think it's a disgusting word. But then I have to look at the free speech part of me and say, just like I feel about Gypsy Rose, everybody wants to get her off the platform. She deserves a platform like anybody else. Who
Right.
am I to get her off the platform? Um,
And that's why I stopped. That's why
yeah.
I finally had enough of it. I didn't want to do it anymore. Once Keish dragged me for that week, it was it was an altering experience for me to where I did not have it in me to make any more gypsy content. I was done.
Well,
And
I've
I
never
stopped.
made gypsy content. I've never made one gypsy video. I might have reposted somebody's, but you know, to me, there's nothing unless you're going to go to the Senate or the House or the state and you're going to change something federally. But to do anything to a woman that's legally served her time, right, wrong, or indifferent, she took her deal, she served her time, and she's raising her family. Do you think she's raising her family right? What's right? Who are you to say what's right or wrong? I don't care if Ken is gay. I don't care if he's a toaster. I don't. It don't
Yeah.
bother me either way. If it don't bother Gypsy, it don't bother me. Leave them poor people alone about that kind of stupid stuff.
I
Uh,
just had finally had enough. And so I
yeah,
stopped
I
making
get it,
gypsy
girl.
content. I started making Peace with Bree, and not just Bree, but the whole gang over there. And they are such good people. And I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
you know,
I didn't know that. It was such
I have
a
said that before.
I was so surprised at how much I like them. Like, and I
Hmm.
really do. Like, and I do fit in very well over there. They
That's
are, I don't know. It was a different experience. I met people and they're like, "Hi, my name is such and such, and I do such and such for a living. What do you do?" It was a
yeah.
normal human experience, which is not anything that I have ever felt over on the anti side. The anti side, I always thought was kind of
Judging.
a,
They
huh?
want to judge. They want to judge it.
It's well, and it's a lot of negativity, in my opinion. It's a
Hmm.
lot of hate. We hate Gypsy. It was all about negative stuff, and I just didn't want to participate in it anymore. And that is just my opinion. I wanted to do something different, and so I did. Does that mean I hate everybody on the anti side?
Totally
No.
not.
I made a lot of
Totally
really good
not.
friends over there.
Well, honey, it's not over here, over there. I get what you're saying, but I understand too about, I think the sides parts, I've always thought that's kind of stupid. Um, I don't judge who you're friends with. That's just me. I never have. I'm not a judgy person that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are, I think Skip is evil, but other than that, and that's only because of the whole um, what she said about Audrey Straw, and I don't even know Aubrey Strawberry, but that's because what she said about her kid. That
Right?
that was the turning point for me with Skip. I
Same.
don't even want to be in her vicinity. You can't say that and not be evil.
Right.
You can't think that and not be evil. Um, and I'm not a huge fan of Fancy, but other than that, I don't hate or dislike anybody, one side or the other.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel like Keisha's pushing me into a place that I don't want to be. I don't
You
want
can
to
go
care
there,
enough. I don't care enough about her. She's some single mom that lives in Chicago. What do I give a shit? Like,
right?
she doesn't affect me. I don't care. I don't care what she thinks or what she. I mean, whatever. Is we can move on. We are not friends. We don't have to like each other, and I don't care. Like, it literally means less than nothing to me. And I don't want to keep going on and on and on about it like she is, like playing it day after day after day after day. And the way that she is twisting it, of course, everybody's going to say, yeah, Kmac sucks. Kmac's drama. Kmac's this. Because of the way that she's twisting it. She's twisting everything to fit a narrative that doesn't exist. It's
Well, I do
bizarre to
know
me.
that it did look bad the way that when you first found out how like every panel you were on, you were so shocked at what Pam said and how she said it and what it was, that you were like, oh my God, have y'all heard this? I get that. But it reminded me of a Sal's thing because when they didn't agree, you got mad about it. And I thought, ooh, K-Mac, don't do that. Let them feel however they want to feel. It only shows their true colors.
To be honest with you, my and it's more of a shock feeling, I
Hmm.
think, but my the shock and disgust, I think, is a combination that I can't seem to separate when it comes to what I heard.
Yeah. And I get that. Like I said,
But
to
at the
me,
end of the day, after everything calms down, I am a person who believes everybody has the right to choose for themselves how they want to feel and what is right for them. And I am not going on a Sal's tour. I'm not
well,
doing that. That's why I left Keisha's panel. She dropped me and wouldn't let me back up. And I thought, fuck this. I'm going to go speak and I'm going to talk to whomever wants to hear me listen. Whoever wants to hear me can listen. And then I'm sure she'll replay this 50 times tomorrow. So everybody can listen to it.
everybody will, I'm sure.
But
We'll
at
be
least I get to
we'll
say
be
what I
YouTube
wanted to
famous,
say.
girl. Yeah, we'll be YT famous. But
And I love
and
that for us. I think that's great. I just wanted
right.
to kind of clear the air about everything and answer any questions. Like, if people have any questions, Karma J, I'm not going on and on. What I'm doing is I'm explaining my side of the story. Keish is the one going on and on, to be honest with you. And I would love for her to stop and drop it, and then we can all move on. And, you know,
But I think people that are angry with other people because they defend it, is just as wrong as defending it.
Yeah,
Because,
I think so, probably. Yeah.
you have a right to be mad or not be mad. Doesn't mean, I mean, I try to see both sides of everything. I really do.
Yeah. And hold on, Steph. I'm sorry. Karma J, she wouldn't agree to stop. But if she said, yes, I will stop, then I would too. She's hanging with Pretzi and Mimi. It's gross. Who is?
Me, because I like Pressy and Mimi.
Oh, I think she can like whoever she wants to like. Come on. And here's
I'm
the thing,
gross.
Steph. No, nobody is going to be everybody's cup of tea. That's just how it
Well,
is.
see, that's what
Plenty of
I'm saying.
people hate
People like
me.
that, people like Marley and whatever that says. I don't even have my glasses on. People like Marley and that person, that's no different than saying, well, you hang with Gypsy, you hang with Bree, you hang with Sheena, you hang with.
True.
Okay, and, you know, just
People
because I'm
like
on a
whoever they
TikTok
want.
panel with people that you don't like doesn't make me a bad person. Makes you shallow. So go be shallow over there.
And you don't have to listen to that. That's the great thing about being on this TikTok street is that you can choose who you want to listen to. So if you don't want to listen to, you know, Steph in here, scroll on. If you don't want to listen to Pretzi, scroll on. You don't have to listen to anybody. That's the reason that I
Yeah.
went ahead and left Keisha's live because I was just, God, like the bullshit that she is doing and the fact that she turned this into, um, oh, hold on. I just got a message. The fact that she turned it into something about race and the fact that I've got white privilege and all this. What? Like, I'm not going to sit there and just listen to that dumb stuff. I don't know. I don't want
I
to.
just see that. What is that name? I don't have my glasses on. I don't want to disname. Is that Tiffany? I'm sorry if you wasn't talking about that, Tiffany. Um, I'm I'm not a big Cheeky fan myself. I think she's sweet, but I think Cheeky did it just to get that live taken down. But I don't know if people are racist, and I really don't care because it's TikTok. I'm not in their house, and I'm not. It doesn't mean that to be on a panel with somebody doesn't mean you have to have all their beliefs and morals. You just have to know yours. And I don't, I mean, like I said, I don't walk up and be like, Kmac, I'm Stephanie. Are you a racist?
Exactly.
Are you Mormon? Do you believe in Satan? I mean, I don't care. We're talking about BS stuff and what's your favorite movie and laughing about our day and whatever. But I just and then did you see they made a meme about me?
No, I didn't.
The only
Who?
thing I'm mad about is they made me with four chins and gray hair.
That's how it always is. That's why you don't show your face.
Oh, I don't care. But I do need to color my hair, and it just made me want to do it like today,
That makes
But
me
it was just
sad, because you're
no.
beautiful and it
Well, thank you,
is
but it
awful
was
how
it,
people do other people on here, but they have.
no.
I was talking to a friend of mine last night just about this very thing. You can see the people on this app and where they are emotionally. And some people do not have like emotional maturity. And so they're kind of stunted at an area where they've had trauma. And you can see we are all in different areas. Like we all have trauma, right? So we are all kind of, I guess, stuck. Some people are in middle school, the way that they act emotionally. Some people are high school. Some people are elevated and they're, more closer to the age that they are because of their life experiences. But it's really interesting to watch where everybody is in their emotional journey, I guess.
Well,
And
I
that's
just
something that
know.
I've been doing because I've only been in the chats. Like, I only came out of the chat like 2 or 3 days ago, I guess, when I went on Bree's panel, and it was like, oh, like midnight to 2 a.m. or something. And I honestly felt comfortable, and we were just chatting like friends, and it was good and positive and fun. And I did not foresee Keish getting so upset about her 5 minute segment when I mentioned her and I talked about what I had went through and my experience and where I was. Like, I never, if you go through the whole thing, not one place in there am I saying Keisha's a terrible person and nobody should like her and she's horrible and awful and like, but this is what she heard. And it's bizarre to me because she's trying to convince everybody. Like, she keeps playing it over and over again, and she's like, see, do you hear this? Do you hear what she, and I'm like, what are you doing, lady? Like, you need to calm down and take a Xanax. Like, back away from the keyboard. Like, it's okay, you know? It's
But if you told
wild.
me this, if you had to figure out the why of it, um, I,
Why is because I think what she did to Sal's was fucking shitty. I said it. I stand on it. There it is. And are
what'd
Sal's
she
and
do
I
to Sal?
friends? Sal's and I are not friends. We do
Right,
not
but
talk. We do not have
what did she do
anything
to
to talk.
Sal?
Yeah. What she
Where,
did to Sal's,
what did she do to Sal's?
she turned on her. She defended her for a week straight with me.
Did
And
you see
then
that live, Kmac?
I
And I'm
did not. I
okay.
did not see it.
I'm only. This is for information, not for judgment, because you know I'm not. I don't hate Sal's at all. I'm not a big fan of how she goes about things. As far as like rallying the troops, I think that's wrong. But anyway, on that panel with Chewy, um, was it Chewy or the one before? Anyway, on the panel, K-Mac, Sal's was doing Sal's, rallying the troops, trying to get everybody riled up over, I don't even remember what it was. It was before whatever she was upset about before the Sister Scissors thing. And Keish said, Sal's, do we always have to fight? Why do you always want to fight with people? And they had words back and forth. Sal's ain't going to back down.
Yeah.
And Keish ended up leaving the panel. Now, like I said, Keish don't like me, and I'm not a, huge fan of either one. I mean, I'm just open. But anyway, Sal's went on her rant after Keish left the panel. Now, did they have another panel? I don't know. I didn't follow it up because I could care less if they're friends or not, really. But after that, like a day or two later, I seen Keish on Key's panel, and Key, of course, is rider high for Sal's. And Key was like, Keish, I think you just hurt her feelings. Da, 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 da. And Keish was like, I'm just tired of her always wanting everybody to fight all the time, all the time. And then
That's how I
Keish,
feel today.
yeah, and then Keish went MIA, had personal issues or whatever, and didn't hear from her, see her for
See,
a
and I
good,
think Keish and I were off at the same time because I left TikTok for like 2 weeks
right.
and I literally just unplugged, did not want to come back or have anything to do with it. And then I slowly started getting back into it, which
Yeah.
I'm kind of regretting now. But that's it. I just got so sick of the fighting. I just couldn't do it. It was affecting my health negatively. As y'all know, I have lupus and RA, and I have to be careful with the amount of stress that I continue to let into my life. And like today, for example, I know for a fact it's going to affect me negatively. And I'm not talking about it because I don't want people to use it against me. I'm not
Or
trying
try
to
to get
gain
that sympathy
sympathy.
vote, right? I know. I get
I'm
what you're
not
saying.
doing any of that. I'm strong. I can handle it. I'm here. I said what I said. I'll stand by anything that I have said. What I
Right, but
will
you've
not stand
also
behind is the lies that are being told about me.
right, but I want you to breathe.
Okay,
Calm.
sorry.
You're good. I want you to breathe for yourself. Like I said, you know I love you, and I will. You've never shown me nothing but kindness, and I think you're a very great-hearted person. And I think you come back, and you come back in a tornado, and a piece flew out, that Pam clip, and you never heard it before, and you were like, whoa, and it, sent you over the edge, especially after what just transpired before you left.
Exactly. Now you understand.
I do. I
You
see where you're coming
understand. That is where the problem for me has been. And I didn't come back in a tornado. I was actually
Oh no, the
here.
rooms were already in a tornado before you spoke back up. We everybody was tornado and around Pretzi, and everybody was the hornet's nest was a buzz. And what made me go, what is Kmac doing? Was that panel, and you going, oh my God, did anybody else see this? Because you don't know, and we had already talked about it
Mm-hmm.
while you were on break. So it appeared to people that had already talked about it that you're just trying to stir up shit. You see what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't, even though you weren't.
Mm-hmm.
But it appeared to the people that had already mentally dealt with that Pam clip, you're just trying to stir up shit again. So I see where people say K-Mac's just trying to stir up shit. And I'm like, no, she wasn't here when we dealt with that. Or when some of us dealt with that.
But Steph, she did say it twice.
Oh,
That's
honey,
what somebody's.
she said it more. Oh, you mean before, once before? I know.
Um, yeah,
I've heard
somebody
that
said
too.
that Steph, she just said it twice. And then Keish didn't come back for drama. I believe that. But I think there's something about these TikTok streets that will suck you into the drama of
Oh,
negativity.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's, to be honest with you, I don't see that a lot over in Bree's side that as I have been there the last, say, 3 weeks. I have not experienced that negativity that I have experienced
You
before
know,
that.
the only thing I don't understand with these TikTok streets is the amount of, to me, when you meet people, you don't meet people on here. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
interact and we talk and we laugh and we cut up and we pick at everybody and we pick at little things and we nitpick, and to me I look at it kind of like a Jerry Springer episode that you get to interact with. It can be funny, it can be downright mean, it can be oh my shocking, it can be a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you change your opinion on somebody, you're a flip flopper. If
Right.
you have a different opinion than one of the louder ones, you're wrong. Um, I personally feel like you can have your opinion. We can disagree. We can, but see, like, all right, did you see when Keish pulled me up on her panel and tried to confront me over what I said about her?
No,
Yeah. That's why I said I know Keish doesn't like me, and she does not pull
I
me
didn't
up.
know she didn't like you.
Oh, yeah. Sal's convinced her that Sal's didn't like me because Sal said her reasoning was I called her a cockroach. I don't remember calling Sal's
Oh,
a
I do.
cockroach.
I remember you calling her that.
Do you? I see,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
do.
It
I
does sound like
do.
something I would do because you can't get rid of her.
Yeah, that's
So
what you kind of said. You said she's like everywhere. I don't think you were like
yeah,
trying to be mean, but you were trying to give an analogy of like she's all over the place and
yeah,
causing
she
chaos
always
and
had,
stuff. Yeah,
and she always has the whatever you need, the clip,
exactly.
the whatever. So I could
Yeah.
see me saying that, but I couldn't remember me saying that. But I respected her blocking me. Okay, bye. Well, obviously, Sal's played the clip or told Keish that I didn't remember when I didn't like Keish because of what she said about Sweetest Honey's brother. And so she told Keish that. So ever since then, Keish has not liked me. Even though you had convinced me she's not like
I'm
that.
sorry about that, Steph.
No, don't you dare. Because you did open my eyes to you can't just judge everybody on their worst day.
Right.
And, I don't know people. I can't, I don't want to judge people. I try hard not to. And people can call me a flip flopper and they can call me messy. I get up on panels because it's hard for me to read the comments. It's easier for me to voice my opinion up here unless I've got the phone 2 inches from my face, which I do now, but I don't wear my glasses all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I only interact with my brother. I don't leave my house. This is the only other human interaction I have. Um, so that's why I do what I do on TikTok. I don't care what people think of me. I genuinely don't. If you don't like me, that's okay. I respect it. But anyway, Keish called me up and was like, "Wait a minute. I want to address something." So she actually pulled me up. I was like, "Oh, okay." I literally requested up to give a definition. I don't even remember what they were talking about. But and I was going to hop right back down. But Keish was like, "Why are you requesting up here? You don't even like me, remember?" And I said, "Well, I do remember not liking you at one point, but my opinions changed." "Well, I don't," and then she just dropped me. I was like, "Oh, okay. No big deal. I respect the fact that you don't like me. It's not
Yeah.
going to stop me from going in there and listening to her or her guests that she has on the panel."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like I said, I try to be genuinely open person. And I can sit on a panel with somebody I don't care for.
Yeah, I can too. And I can have conversations. I don't like the drama that surrounds Keish like all the time. And I know that she would probably say the same about me. However, the only drama that's around me is her.
Well, then maybe you need to just stay out of there. Let her. They're gonna run their lips. I don't care where you go. Somebody's gonna run their lips. Oh,
Well,
hold
here are
on.
the facts. She's been here longer than me.
Yeah. Hold on. You're gonna hear the TV get real. Wait a minute. I'll mute. Jerry's hollering for me. Hold on.
You're fine. Okay, so basically the facts is that she's been here a lot longer. She's been doing lives a lot longer. So she has a bigger audience to tell her truth, quote unquote, to. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going away. Like I'm not going anywhere. And
You should.
and I will get bigger in an audience of people that support me and want to follow me or people that hate me. I know that people hate watch too. That's fine too. Like, I don't care. We can all kind of come together and have our opinions and figure things out, as a community. And I think that we should be allowed to do that. I don't think there's anything wrong, but I'm not going to be accused of like Keish having me on her panel and then targeting me as a white privileged woman who is disrespecting her, a race. I'm not going to have that. She doesn't know anything about me. She doesn't know who I'm married to. She doesn't know what my children look like. She doesn't know who my family is. She doesn't know. She doesn't know anything about me. And she doesn't have the right to tell me that I have anything. She
Right.
doesn't know me. And
And
I'm not going to sit there and let her have these crocodile tears and everybody go, "Oh, Keish, Kmac is the worst. She's terrible because Keish is so mistreated and misunderstood." No, Keish is a perpetual victim. Have never used that word in my life until Dank called me that. But that is what Keish is doing. And I see it over and over again. She's a victim because I mentioned her whenever I was on Bree's panel. She's a victim because I was up on her panel today. She was a victim when I was up on her panel yesterday. It's just never ending.
Like when she had me up there and thought that she was going to get a fight out of me, I was like, okay, you're entitled to feel that way. And when I didn't come back at her and there wasn't a fight, she dropped me. I
Yeah.
respect people for saying, hey, I just don't like you. That's what I didn't understand, like with this whole tinker thing that went on. And, that little group over there, they're like, just say, girl, I don't like you.
They're
We,
just
we
coming at her so hard, and I was listening to
Right.
it over and over and over
It
again.
makes
And I
no
recognized
sense.
myself, because I had done
Yeah.
the same thing, and I was
I
defending
heard you tell
myself.
her that.
I was like, girl, I'm telling you, it
I've
is
been there. I
so
heard you say
weird.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the weirdest. What you have to do is you have to go on your own live and you have to let people who want to hear what you have to say, they'll listen to you or not. You're
Yeah.
going to have your haters. It's not going to stop. In fact, the more popular you get, the more haters you are going to have. It's just
Absolutely.
fact. And
Absolutely.
I am fine with that. I don't care. I'm not going to go in the places that those haters can troll me and make me feel like a piece of crap. And to where my anxiety was so high every day when I would wake up with almost having chest pains. I'm not going to do that to myself anymore. I'm just not. I know who I am. I'm a very good person. And if you can't see that, then scroll on,
You're
then we
wrong.
don't have anything to talk about. I just even asked one of my friends recently, and I said, where are all the normal, good-hearted people at? This was before I got over and into Bree's side of it. And I was just like, where are they? Like, I'm missing like the group of people that are normal and nice. And where are they? And
We're few and far between, girlfriend.
well, if you are a member of Keisha's lives, you will see that she is in messy, messy drama every other day. It's a fact. And it's not just about me. She is always in it bad, unless she's in her Bible phase, which I heard she went through recently, and I didn't pay attention to any of that. But once that stopped, she got back into it hardcore, and that's where she will stay unless she can choose to move out of it. But at this point in time, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Like,
Well,
and
I think that anybody that holds panels, Bree included, Keisha included, the only people I know that hold, like Chewy and Rose, is all about Gypsy. Every live they're in, or not in, but or any live they have, it's about the case. It's about Gypsy. It's about what she did, how bad a person she is. It's about Gypsy. Period. If
yeah.
you want to hear about the case, that's where you go. Sweet as honey. Nowadays, not from what I understand back in the day, but now that's what it's about. It's about the case. It's about her opinion of the case. It's about who she is, where's she going, what color dress she wore today. It's about Gypsy. Most of the other panels in this community, Breeze included, it's a hit or miss. It's either drama or it's funny or it's, um,
I don't
but
see
it's
that with Keish. I really don't. I see her as a drama
what,
place. And I
her
was
panel
warned.
has to be who she is.
I was warned about her by many, many people before I ever went. And I've never even said this to her or publicly, but people told me, don't do it. She's drama. You are going to
I know
regret this.
she's a drama channel. Key is a drama channel.
I don't
Um,
think that about Key. And I'll tell you why here in a
oh, I
minute.
do, honey.
But
just like with Bree, it's her panel. It's what's been said about her. It's
I
who
see
they're
Bree
talking about.
defending a lot, defending herself, defending other people, defending what's right. Like, and I can get
Oh, I
behind
can
that.
see that.
I'm a
Yeah,
big defender. I'm a
yeah,
defender. I defend
I see
stuff that
that.
I believe in as well.
Hmm.
So when I took off my hate goggles, basically for Gypsy, I
Hmm.
could see Bree in a very different light.
See, and that's what I tried to do, but I can't. They won't. It's hard for me to like people that just don't accept me for me. They want to call me fake. They want to call because I'm so open minded, and I do stand on that. I don't. I do try to see. I try to be devil's advocate. I don't. But because you don't like one of their clan, then all of a sudden you're evil. I don't agree with that. And if you don't like me, then don't like me. It's okay. Um, but they're the ones that'll call me a flip flopper first because I tried to get to know Bree. Um, and they're the ones that because you're friends with somebody else, then you're a bad person. I don't agree
Mhm.
with that at all. I don't agree with that at all.
I think that we are all different. I think we all bring something different to the table. I was warned heavily about Quiche. I was told, in fact, that she would turn on me and it would be bad. She would be very dramatic about it. And this was way back in the beginning when I first started, and I did it anyway. I went in with my eyes open, knowing what the possibilities were. And that is exactly what happened. And I do not blame anybody but myself. Like, I was warned by many people and I did it anyway. And that's on me. And
Yeah.
now I'm suffering, I guess the consequences of that, because not only do I have her, I also have like her panel and her entire chat. I'm sorry, her entire chat room chiming in and coming after me. And it's because they support her. And her narrative of what happened is not reality. It's her narrative and it's her. But here's also what I know to be true: reality is only as good as the perception of the person viewing it. So reality doesn't really matter. It's all about perception. And
Well,
Keisha's perception is that I'm attacking her, that I'm coming after her, I'm coming after her friend Susan, and I'm just talking mad shit, and I'm trying to hurt her, and her friend Pancakes. That's her perception, is that that's what I'm doing, and so that's what she is relaying to the chat. So I'm trying to come in there and say, hey, listen,
you're gonna
that's
hear.
not true.
I know. I'm sorry. Michelle and
Here you go,
Lacey
Bubba.
speaking is the best.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Keisha's in here. You're welcome to come up
You
here,
know, hopefully
Keish.
it's just the
Well,
beginning
I just like I
of
said,
what could grow
you
into
said earlier you wish I had said this in Keisha's panel, and I wanted to get up there and tell her that. You are the one that when I was all anti Keish because of what she said about Sweetest Honey's whatever that situation, you are the one that said, Stephanie, she's a good person and you need to give her a chance. You need to go in there and learn about her and listen to her. You are the one that told me that. Now, even though she doesn't like me, I did that. And you're right. I did. I that is
Hold
what.
on, let me say something real quick, Steph.
Okay.
To Keish, listen, Keish, you said that's what everyone told me about me. No one knew me before I went on your panel. So that's a lie. I was a nobody. I was a chat person. I went on your panel as a nobody. So if you want to come up and have a conversation with me, I won't mute you and I will let you talk, unlike what you did to me. But if you want to talk, you're welcome to come up here and I will let you. Otherwise, do what you do. Go ahead,
I
Steph. I'm
just want
sorry.
I just want you to remember that she is a good person And just because she doesn't react the way you reacted to the Pam situation, but you do have a right to defend yourself and you have a right to be angry. She has a right as well. And I wish people, I just wish people would understand that it's the flip of the coin as well. Just because you don't agree with Pam Cakes, there's people that know her on a deeper level that doesn't agree with what she said, but are not going to be ugly at her for what she said. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you're coming from because what you just come out of before you come back. I
I
just,
and that's exactly it. That's my history. That's the
yeah,
lens that I'm looking through all of this from. And
I
I just
know.
heard somebody in the comments say that Pancakes gave a very sincere apology.
She
I
did.
haven't heard that. I didn't even know there was an apology. I just found this out like 3 days or 2 days ago, like for the
Yeah.
first time. I have not heard an apology. I heard
Yeah.
Pancakes go on Pretzi's panel and double down and defend it and basically say that I'm crazy and she has every right to say whatever she wants or something like that.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that ain't okay. That
Well,
ain't
I
okay
think
with me.
after, what's going on with her husband, and I believe she actually went into the hospital as well. Um, I think she's out. I don't think she's as in much. I don't think she's in ICU like her husband is, but they had to admit her, I believe, for a day or two, maybe. Um,
And let me tell you, when I found out that Pancakes had, I didn't know that either. This is how uninvolved
but
I've been.
Kmac, it doesn't matter. That doesn't. Her husband being in the hospital, it doesn't excuse what she said.
No, but here it does change the way that I am coming at about it because I did not
Why?
know that she
If
was
that's the
dealing
case,
with that.
K-Mac, then nobody has a right to go at anybody because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes behind nobody.
Well, I
You have.
didn't know, and when I did find out, I stopped completely.
I understand,
And then
and
Bree
as you
brought it
should.
up on her panel,
You're
and then
right.
I went up on her panel to discuss what Bree was
Absolutely,
talking about.
and
And
you had every right to.
as we talked, the conversation evolved. Do I agree with what Pancake said? No. Do I have a huge problem with it? I do, because I have my own issues that I have not discussed on this app. But I do understand where Keisha's pain is, and it actually hurts me to hear that because I have my own pain. I have my own issues that nobody on this app knows. But I have my own reasons for feeling the way that I do. And when I heard Pancakes double down and defend the fact that she said it, it pissed me off. Period.
Understand that. Like I
That's
said,
how I felt.
that word doesn't. You know how there's some things in life that just grind your gears,
Yes.
and then there's some things that should grind your gears, and it just like really doesn't. I don't. I don't think it's right for either side, either color, either race to say that word. I think it's a disgusting word. But I don't like the "see you next Tuesday" word either. I think that's a disgusting word.
I actually love that word.
But
That one
I
doesn't
don't call
bother
people.
me.
I don't call people out for either word or judge you for either word. I just think, oh, that's a disgusting word.
Yeah.
Unless you use it in a derogatory manner, um, or a disgraceful manner, I don't judge you on that word. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I don't think that she was using it as a derogatory manner to someone in particular. Is
Oh, she was.
why
She was calling what's her screen name? Woo
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 Woo Best.
Bestie. Yeah, she was calling
But she
her
was
that.
saying it as like, bitch, please. But the N word with the hard R, that was not good.
Right.
But
That's what
she
I
didn't
agree.
say you're a bitch. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say you're the N word.
She might as well have to me
Well,
in the
and
way that I interpreted it, but I hear you. I
that's
agree
where
with
we go
you.
into the perception of
Yeah,
things. You see
that's
what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it becomes an opinion. Well, I'm not trying to judge anybody as far as like opinions or perceptions or whoever. I could still sit on a panel, you know, are you going to go to her house for Christmas? Probably not. So does it matter really what you genuinely think? No, you just kind of put it in the back of your mind and go, yeah, that's the kind of person she is. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to exchange Christmas cards with her? No, probably not.
Pancakes and I were honestly, when Keish made that reference of oil and water, that's kind of how I've always felt with pancakes. She and I are oil and water. I really don't see us. Hold on. I really don't see us like. I'm getting a Coke. I don't see us like getting. We're not ever gonna make friendship like bracelets. You know, we're not gonna do that. She
Right.
and
But
I are
see,
not gonna.
they had a blow up over here because Bree, I don't know if she sung a song or was making up a whatever and supposedly said the N word. And I'm like, I couldn't hear it when they were replaying it and replaying it and replaying it. Well, then come to
See,
find
that's
out
what I'm talking
it's not
about.
even what she said, but it was something to attack her for. And I
That's what
thought,
I'm talking about. That's where my problem is. It's not
yeah,
with the fact of what Pancakes has said necessarily. It's the fact that if Bree had said that shit, they would have buried her ass.
right. But
Period.
you can't force people to react certain ways. You
I
can
know,
just
but
put it
it's
in your
so
mind.
unfair, and I'm calling out
I
the
know.
hypocrisy.
That you can call out all day, all night. Because this whole app, there are so people that are so hypocritical that you go, you know what? That makes you a hypocrite. Like
Yeah.
if people that called you out for what I don't think
I
was
want to know who
racist.
played the video over and over and over again of Bree. Who played that? I can tell you who played
I
it.
heard it over on Keys Live. I heard it. I don't
Go
know.
ahead. It was
Maybe
Keish.
I was gonna say on Keisha's Live.
Yep.
I want to say that I heard it again. I think Pretzi and I played it. I had Pretzi play it to me.
I'm telling you that it
Casey
was
May.
played over and over
Anybody
and
that holds
again.
a panel over here played it at least once, I believe, to see if that's what they heard.
And
But I
Keish
want to
played
say
it
it
more
was
than once.
Sauce that was stirring it up. Maybe
I don't
was
know. I
she
don't
was
remember.
she the
I'd
one
have
in
to
the
go back and
lead of that?
listen.
See, I think something people get.
And I'm
That's
not
why
saying she didn't, because I know that when Sal's
I
feels
am not saying
strongly
she
about
did
something,
either. Yeah,
right.
I'm not saying she did either.
If she
So,
feels strongly about something, I know Sal's is going to go hard. Something that
absolutely.
I actually
Absolutely.
loved about her. I still love about her. I'm not even going to use that past
Yeah.
terminology. I think Sal's is fucking great. I
Well,
really do.
I
So
think
it's
you
hard for
either,
me.
I
I don't
think you
have anything
respect that
negative.
about, I think you respect that about people or you hate that about people. With me personally, I think it's about, the only thing I don't like about Sauce is she wants to rally the troops about
Yeah.
her belief. What if I don't have your belief?
And she
You
does that.
know?
And that is something that I have noticed about her. And I'm not necessarily saying I love everything about her,
Right,
but I
right.
do. Sal's and I were friends for a long enough time to where I got to know her, and I don't have anything bad to say. I really don't. I just don't. I went up against her with Mimi
Hmm.
when I defended Mimi, and it's so hilarious to me now. Mimi over there on Keisha talking, whatever. When I fucking defended her and nobody else did, but whatever. We'll just leave that alone. That tells me a lot about everybody had told me about and I refused to listen. Allison and I went back and forth in the DMs I can't even tell you that girl tried so hard. Sarah, RIV, tried so hard. And I just was like, no, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Nobody deserves to
Mhm.
be exiled. And I'm not going to stand for it. But the truth of the matter is, Mimi's done a lot of shitty things to a lot of people. And
Absolutely.
they were pissed about it.
Hmm.
And
Well,
they
see,
have
and
every right to feel the way that they feel.
that's a way I'm like, and it's funny because I find that I sit with the underdogs. I don't know if it's because I'm an underdog. I fight for the underdog. I don't know if that's it with me, but like people
I do
will.
too.
Well, just like with the whole Prezi thing, I'm like, okay, tell me one thing she's done to you. They can't. Well, she lies. You mean to tell me you can't find nobody else on this whole app that ain't lied?
Yeah, I don't talk about Pretzi. I
Oh,
think
I'm
she's
sorry. I
been
won't
through.
go
No,
there.
it's okay. It's okay. She's been put through a lot.
Well, she
And
has,
I don't
and
want to
instead
talk
of
badly about her at all.
instead of trying to find good, they want to pick on one bad thing that happened or one. Yes, she's probably not honest, Abe. I'll tell her she does too much. I tell Mimi the same shit if asked. But I enjoy being in their company. They're funny. We laugh. Now, granted, my attention span's short, so if it doesn't hold my attention, I bounce. And a
Yeah.
lot of times I'm on a panel muted and I'm doing something with my brother. I'm not even in the conversation. I don't know what happened. I play catch up just like everybody else. But if I'm not muted and I'm in the conversation, I always ask people, what did I say? Personally, me. Don't judge me because I'm on a panel. Because 6 out of 10 times I wasn't even there. but and it went sideways. I've come back to my phone and the whole panel be gone.
Yeah.
But regardless, I just want people to understand that just because you disagree with somebody's action or if you don't like that person altogether, okay, move on about it. What do you want to do? I mean, you can't. I don't believe in exile or kicking somebody off TikTok. You don't have that power.
Yeah, I didn't want to. And I fought for her, and
Yeah,
it was not easy.
right. You
And
got a lot of backlash for it. I know. I'm getting it. I
and
feel it.
I lost a really good friendship but I take full accountability. I did it. I did what I did, and I suffered the consequences from it. But I don't have anything negative that I would ever say about, hold on, about Sal's. I don't, I just don't. Especially watching her and stuff and listening to her. Like, she makes me laugh. I think she's hilarious. Like, I was really angry though with how things went and how she talked about me and stuff. But
Mhm.
since then, and things have died down, I I can see the person that I think is amazing. So yeah.
That's great. I love that for you. I mean, I've
But
always
we're not
told you
friends. Like, I'm saying this authentically.
authentically. Yeah,
Authentically. I don't know why that word wasn't coming to my brain, but I'm saying it
it's okay.
authentically. I We don't have a relationship. We're not friends. She hasn't forgiven me. I'm still blocked. I respect the block. I've never asked her to unblock me. It's cool. She's cool. Everything's fine. I'm just saying where I am now and how I see things now. And what I think when I saw that, Keisha turned on her, I had brought that up is I thought that was really interesting to me, considering how hard she fought for her, like for a full week against me. You know what I mean?
Well, when people's opinions about people change, and I can respect that too. A lot of people on this app don't respect that. A lot of people call you flip flopper, two faced, whatever. But if my opinion of you changes and I voice it, that's my opinion. Get over
Mm-hmm.
it. Um, I don't. I don't care if people don't like me for saying I think genuinely Bree has a good heart. I don't
I do
care if
too.
people don't like that. Um, Now I think I'm blocked from everything she says or every app she has, but that's her loss as far as I'm concerned. You don't want to be my friend, that's your loss.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beg anybody to be my friend. And if you respond to shit in the chat, if I don't see it, It doesn't hurt that. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I know you think you're trying. It don't. There's not one person on here, Kmac, that if they said, I'm never going to talk to you again, that I would cry. Not one.
And you know what? When I can, I actually, I cannot say that. I
Well, that's
really
what I'm saying.
can't. I
I'm
actually, there
glad
are
that you
people that
have.
I have gotten so close to that I would really genuinely miss. I really would.
I genuinely missed you when you were out, and I'd check on you, and it
Oh,
hurt my feelings that you didn't respond to me for a minute. It really did. I was
I
like, I'm
deleted the app.
trying to. I know, but I'm like, I keep saying, just tell me you're alive. You know that, and then when you didn't, I thought, okay, she just doesn't want to have nothing to do with nobody. And then I thought, because, but I'm also that person that I'm not going to expect you to take up for me. I'm not gonna like if you're on a panel and they start dogging me, I just assume you sit there and stay mute because TikTok is evil and
Yeah,
they
but I
hate you.
can't do that. There's something
No,
inside
but
of me that
I
won't let me do
it hurt.
that.
It would hurt my feelings though if they come at you because you're my friend.
I would never just sit there and do that. In fact, on Keisha's panel, if I were Mimi, for example, which I'm not, but if I were, if I came up on Keisha's panel, like when I first saw her, I felt relief, happy. Like I thought, oh, good, it's not going to be an ambush. Like there's going to be somebody here who can understand my side of it. And then when
I'm
she
trying to get up
started,
there to you, girl. I tried to
oh,
have this conversation that you and I are having. You know, because like I said, what did I do when I first come up here? I pointed out what I thought I saw, and you corrected me, and I respect it, and I believe you. But I come up there to say, look, you were the one that told me about Keish, to
yeah.
give her another chance, and that she was a good person, and I wanted to remind you of that because yes, your opinion on someone can change, but y'all once liked each other.
I told her that the other night, but she said something very snarky, like she never liked me. And I thought,
I heard that. I
well,
heard
bitch,
that.
you acted like you did.
Yeah, she did. She did act like she did.
You
So,
know, I never knew that she didn't. And
right.
as soon as I found out that's how she felt, we have not been kosher since. Like we have not been anything. And
Right.
I never, if I had have known she felt that way, I wouldn't have been over there in her chat. Like I would have just left her alone and she would have gone off into chat land and that would have been that. I wouldn't have cared because I don't listen to her. Honestly, once, even when she came back, I rarely went into her chat. It wasn't anything I cared to participate in. And nothing against her, I just had made that decision for myself. And I didn't even block her. I just didn't even follow her. Like I didn't care. And then when she started talking about me, it was like people are sending me, you know, and
And
I
that's another thing. I've told Pretzi, I've told Mimi, and the people, Sassy, I've told people that I sit on a panel with on a regular, as far as I'm concerned. If someone sends you something about me, or if you send me something about someone that said something about me, know that I'm going to say your name. I'm going to put your name with it. Because don't come at me with something and want me to deal with it, even if it's about me, if you're not prepared for me to say, well, Sassy sent me this clip came back that said you called me a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And if Sassy ain't liking that, then Sassy better not send it to me. I'm not gonna come at nobody
mhm.
over their feelings of me anyway. But I don't
Well,
want a bunch of
Keisha's in the
inboxes.
chat, so if you want to talk to her, you can.
No, I mean, she doesn't like me, and I respect that. I don't
Why don't you like
disrespect.
her? What's wrong with Steph, Keish?
I, it doesn't matter for me, really. I enjoy sitting in her lives because her people are there, and a
Because you
lot of
like
people
her
know that.
people. You don't have to like her to like her
I
community.
don't, I don't dislike
Her
her. I
community
mean,
is pretty cool. I mean, I understand why you like them.
well, I mean that's what I said. I don't dislike her. I don't know her, but you are the one that convinced me to give her because I wasn't even going into her panels. I wasn't even going. Well, I wasn't even going into her chat.
I will be honest with you. I do not know. Hold on. Okay. So I do not know Keish. I don't know her. I mean, I really, even still to this day, I really don't know her.
Yeah, I don't think
Other
none of us
than
know anybody really.
what I've seen. Like she comes across, I've never seen her lie or anything like that. Like I wouldn't call Keisha a liar. I would say
Mhm.
that she has a very skewed lens when she is angry or she
Hurt.
doesn't like somebody. Because I remember how she would talk about Bree and the things that she would say back in the day. And it was from a lens of she was coming from like dislike. Now, today, her that has changed. She apparently loves Bree and she does not like me.
And that's
So now
she's
that
okay to do
dislike,
that.
well,
That's
she had shifted it and now her lens of dislike is coming at me. So everything that she hears me say, she is misinterpreting and not and she's not hearing anything. She says I don't hear her. I disagree. I hear her. I'm just trying to correct her and she doesn't like that.
well, most people don't like to be corrected or admit when they're wrong. And that's you accept that about people and move on.
Well,
I
that's what
don't
I
think
was
it's
so surprised about Susan. Like, she came forward and she's like, okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Will you please remove the post? And I said, yes, I will. And then 2 minutes later, she's all defending herself, saying, I'm wrong and I shouldn't have done that and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, the fuck? Like, you fucking went in a room full of 300 people and lied. Like, you fucking lied about me. What do you expect me to do? What should I have done? Should I have just sat back and been like, well, that's just let people believe what they want? No, you're going to defend yourself again. And I want people to know that about me. If you lie about me and I have proof, I am going to show it. So know that up front and now. I want anybody who's listening, and I heard Keisha streaming. So anybody needs to hear that. If you are going to lie about me, I will prove you wrong if I have the proof or it is sent to me, etc., because people will do that. So
yeah.
understand that I am not just going to sit back and shut my mouth and take it. I am going to show that you're a liar. Period. And Susan, you lied. I'm sorry. You were my friend. I loved you to death. It hurt me, but she's just in here. Okay. Sorry, she's not streaming. Anyway,
Well, I love Susan and I'm sorry
and
that that
I did
happened.
too. I loved Susan, but I am angry that she lied about me. And I am going to take the post down after this live because I told her I would. But yeah, that's where we're at. Susan and I are done. We're finished. We're capito. I do not plan on revisiting or speaking about her anymore. But I'm
Well,
extremely hurt. You have to understand. She was
I
somebody
know.
that I
I know.
really, really liked.
Yeah, I know. And I know you're hurt and right now you're big mad and hurt
I'm
and
really not. I'm really big
well,
hurt.
hurt.
I
I was
was
gonna say
big
big
mad
mad and
last
big
night.
hurt. Okay, there we go.
Last
Cause
night when I heard her, she was like on whose panel was she on? I don't even was it Keish? It was like I was listening to it at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. It was right after I got off Bree's panel or not Bree's live, and I was tired. I was going to bed, and I got into this live, and I got to the part where she was like, "Fuck Kmac and K, I didn't. I went out of my way to be
she
nice to
said
her."
that.
And Susan,
Susan said that.
yes, it's
That didn't
on.
sound like Susan.
I know.
Was she
I
big
thought
mad? Was she big hurt? I
I
think
don't
people
know.
act out of hurt and not anger a
When
lot.
she did that and she said that about me, that's when I was like, fuck this, fuck you, I'm posting it. And that's what I did. And
And
I
you
don't
have that
regret it.
right. I'm not gonna say. And if you decided not to take it, well, you told her you would, and I know you're a person of your word. But you have that right to prove you were not wrong.
Yeah, I
You have
wasn't
that right.
wrong. I don't
Absolutely.
lie.
And that's
people
what I do.
are going to learn that about me once you are around me a long enough time. I am one of those people that is almost brutally honest.
Yeah.
Like, I try not to be, I have to pull back, but I'm the person that my friends call whenever they're like, does this outfit look good on me? Does my
Right.
butt look big in this outfit? I'm that
Mhm.
person that will tell them the truth. I'm the
Yeah.
truth teller.
Yeah.
And so I am highly, highly offended whenever somebody lies about me and says something like Audrey fucking J. Like, I don't know what that bitch's problem is with me, but I'm like, she's coming for my neck. And I've had enough. I have sat back and I have let her talk her trash about me for months. And when she got up on Cook's panel yesterday and she started talking that mad shit about me,
Yeah.
I
I
was
don't know her.
done
I don't know her. I know she pops off in the comments and stuff, but I
all
really
the
don't know.
time. But
Yeah, I
she
don't. A
actually, and
lot of them
everybody's
do.
like, oh my God, Audrey J, she's so sweet. She's a 65-year-old lady who's so nice and wonderful. And I'm like, well, I'm not getting that from her at all. Like, I'm
Right.
getting attacked by her here. I'm getting attacked on YouTube by her. Like, she won't shut the fuck up about me. And I get it. She doesn't like me. Don't follow me. She did. I had to
But
block
you,
her and her backup today. I had to block a backup account because she wants to follow me. She's hate following. And
is
I'm
she?
fine. You want to hate follow all day long, but don't like come for me in stuff in my comments and stuff if you expect me to let you follow me. No. And don't
Is
lie
she?
about me. If you're going to lie about me, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Is she a big Pam supporter? Maybe.
I don't know Audrey J. She
Just
got up
curious.
on Cook's panel and she said that I was talking about I don't even remember exactly what all she said. She said something, you'd have to go listen to it, but it was fucking outrageous. And anybody that knows me knows that I would never, never support Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Like, I have to be careful right now the amount of content that I consume about Gypsy because it starts to piss me off so much. You know what I mean? Ooh, I'm going to invite Mimi. Hey, Mimi, you're welcome to come up if you want to. I'd love to talk to you. How do I do that? Hold on. Okay, so anyway, but she said something like, I said Dee Dee made Gypsy stay in a wheelchair and wear a diaper, and that I thought that was abusive, or I don't know, something stupid and weird. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, I would never, never support Gypsy. No. In fact, I have said it all along. I do not support Gypsy. I'm anti Gypsy, but I am pro Brie. And I love Brie. I think she's awesome and amazing. And I think the people in her chat the same way. And I see them in a very different way now. And I feel like, to be honest with you, the hate that I was the hate lens that I had for Brie, I honestly think I was influenced by the people that I had surrounded myself with. And I'm not going to name any names, but y'all were seeing the panels I was on. And being around those people, I was looking at Brie through that lens, and it was fucked up. I was wrong.
Well, the only thing that you can do is just be yourself. And you're going to have haters. You're going to have people that are shallow. You're going to have people that, and when I call someone shallow, it's simply because they want to uh, determine who you are by the people you like or don't like.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. I
Yeah.
don't care if you like Bree. I don't care if you like Gypsy. Hell, I don't care if you like Skip. I'm just not going to hang out with her. And you're never going to hear me say good things about her. Skip, that is. Other than that,
Yeah, I don't talk about Skip. I got, yelled at for
yeah,
telling her to have a better day.
Exactly, and I
And
understood that.
I went through, it was a pretty rough time, and I came back to somebody who actually somebody who was in our community, or the anti community, and people, they want to forgive her. That's the difference. That's the difference. People want to forgive Pam. They do not want to forgive Skip.
Well, I think what Skip said is a lot worse than what Pam said.
I think that Skip is disgusting. I think she's a horrible human, and I think she
Did you
should be
hear what she
exiled.
said to Audrey's daughter?
Yeah,
Oh, that made me sick to my stomach.
she's fucking vile.
And I don't even know Aubrey Strawberry. I don't care whose kid it was. I
Mm-mm.
don't care if it was your sister, your mom. I don't care who. I don't care if it was you. To say that they wondered if you were some. That was. I mean, it turned my stomach when I
I
heard that.
agree. And I
Um,
wouldn't support that ever. Not
so
ever. In fact, I was disgusted with myself, period, because I had ever said, like, I wish I wouldn't have spoken to her at all.
well, yeah, but hindsight's 2020, Kmac. We can't. You can't beat yourself up for that either. People were, best friends with her at one time. She had a huge following at one time until she started showing her true colors, and then people changed. And my thing is, like I said, you're not going to like everybody, and you're not going to agree with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to please everybody. All you can do is be true to you, speak your truth, and be okay when you close the app at the end of the day, because these people don't matter. Now,
We're being streamed again. Keisha's streaming, so if you want to say
okay,
anything
hi
to her, you
Keith.
can.
Hi
It's so weird to
everybody.
me. She wants to stream to have. It's so weird to me that I can't go on her panel to have a conversation back and forth, and we can agree to disagree, we can talk through it, we can whatever, without her muting me or changing the narrative to fit something that didn't happen. I don't understand that, which is why I left and I came over here, because I'm like, I'm not going to keep having her twist my words, her call me out for white privilege when she doesn't know shit about me, my life, what I've been through, nothing. And I'm not gonna, no.
Well, I just, like I said, and I'm sure she has some type of anger about it, and that's her prerogative. But I hate that you all can't talk like you and I are talking right now.
I know.
I mean, I just,
I agree.
but not
But I
everybody is
think that
like
Keish
I
is
am, and not
drama.
every,
I think that
yeah.
she's a lot of drama. I think she wants the drama. I think Keish is comfortable in drama. There are people that as you age, you learn things about people, and I see that in her. I think that she's comfortable in chaos. I see it in her regular life that she has talked about, and I see it in her TikTok life. And
Well,
if
I don't
it's
know
not
about her
me, it's going to
regular
be
life.
somebody else. I promise you. Like, I will drop it. She's going to drag this out as long as she can because she likes the chaos. And then she's going to move on to somebody else because that's what she does.
Well, I
And
call
people like to watch it. That's the thing. She's
absolutely.
going to have a lot of people in there watching it
Hmm.
because they want to see the drama and
Yeah,
her go after people or crash out. Either way, they
I'm
don't
addicted.
care.
I'm addicted to it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Hmm.
Stephanie, and I'm a TikTok addict. Uh,
And you know
I
what?
love
That's
it. You
another
know.
reason I stopped going in her lives, because I decided for myself, excuse me, it wasn't something that I wanted to participate in. I will defend, I'm a defender. I defend
Hmm.
people. I defend all the time. And
Hmm.
I also defend what I believe is right. So when it comes to my door, or in like another door, like if I'm in Bree's live and Bree's talking about it and I hear like what I've heard, I'll speak up. And if it's something I'm really passionate about, then I'm going to get on my platform and I'm going to step on a soapbox and get on with it. However, I am not going to be that person who goes and looks for the chaos and drama. I'm not going to stream other people's lives to see what they're saying about me. I'm not going to
Oh, I
like
would.
do
I
it
would.
over and over and over again like Keisha's done. Where it's not one time is not good enough for her to listen to it. She's got to listen to it over and over and over. That's chaos. That's chaotic. And
Well, but
it
I will say this, Kmac, and this is just something I've observed, and not about you, but people that hold panels like Keish does, yes, she's played it 15 times, but I guarantee you, out of those 15 times, 13 of them, people in the chat's been like, "What are you talking about? Play it again." And
I know, I
she
know.
has followers that she has to not appease, but feels like she has to appease.
Yeah.
Um, People that have been longtime Keish supporters that come in late and go, "Well, what are y'all talking about?" Well, I've never heard that, so Keish plays it again. So, not defending her, but telling why I think she's played it 15 times is because that happens. I don't hold my own lives. You don't either on a regular. Keish
Right.
does. So, as someone that holds panels regularly, you have to. I see where you have to appease people, and I do think that Keish has a good heart. I think that she tries to be objective. I think she fights with. She had a fight with her religion, her beliefs, and she. I think people fight with that on a daily, though. Um, but I think that it's easy to get pulled into the drama, especially when you're the one that is the front man. You're the one that is holding the panels. You're the one. I've seen so many times somebody not be upset about something and their friend, quote unquote friend, been like, "Are you gonna let her talk to you like that? Why are
A
you gonna
hundred
let her do that?"
percent.
You know what I'm saying? That to me
Yep.
is so childish.
Yep.
And I'm not that kind of person, but there's a lot of people on here that are.
I know.
And all you can do is respect them for being that kind of person, chuckle at them. But I hope after today, you and Keish find some kind of common ground of you said don't bring it up again. When someone asks you about it, calmly say, "That's done and over with." And see
It's
if
not
you,
going to be today. I
well,
mean,
no,
that's wishful
after,
thinking.
after today.
It won't be
Uh,
tomorrow.
well,
Keish
I
isn't
would,
going to be able to let it go. I told you. I'm telling you. Watch.
well,
She wants the chaos.
but you need to be the bigger person when it comes to that.
I
Now,
plan on
granted,
it. I don't plan
I
on.
I know you. I know you will. You'll be done with it if she's done with it. But even if she's not done with it, K-Mac, just know that's the kind of person that she either has to be or that she is. And as long as nothing new is said, you've addressed everything. You've now held your panel and said your piece that she wouldn't let you there. She streamed it. She heard it. I genuinely hold the opinion that your opinion of me is none of my business. So what she's saying about you right now, or what she's saying about me right now, I really don't care. I'll
Yeah, I
hear
don't
about it
either.
later. We'll hear about it later.
Well, and when I do, I will probably respond
I know you
to if there's like an inaccuracy or a lie
right,
told. Other than that, I don't care what she says. She can
yeah,
hate on me all she wants. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Keisha doesn't matter to me. Her opinion means less to me. Now that I know how she feels, it doesn't matter to me. So I don't put any weight into it and I don't care.
good, good. I don't want it to affect you, but I hope it doesn't affect her either.
I don't think, I think she is comfortable in chaos.
There's
I
some
just
people that
do.
are,
I
and
just
there's
do.
some people that can't handle it, and then there's some people that are.
And I
And
feel bad for her when I think of it like that, to be honest with you, because I'm a person who likes to see both sides, all sides, etc. So, like when I'm listening to Keish tell her side of it, her story, it honestly is like, um, I'm trying to see it from her perspective, her lens,
right,
and I want to understand it so I can respond in a way that she can relate to, that she can understand and move on. Because I really want that for her. I honestly, God, this is going to sound so good, but I honestly feel bad that it's affecting her so negatively. Like, I wish it wasn't, It's either that or she, like I said, she really wants the drama, so she's playing it over and over and over again because she wants the clicks, views, the hypes, the whatever. And it's almost like she's back,
Well, my
because
only thing
when
when
she
people
left, it wasn't, I thought she was done with all this. And now, she's back.
and that might be where she gets her fulfillment at, and
Yeah.
that's like I said, that being that front man, holding your panels like she does
Well, and she
regularly.
does battles and stuff, so she's like trying to make money on this app. So she's
Well,
trying to
and
build a following that she can
yeah,
do that with.
and
And I just think that her opinion about Gypsy is almost like a secondary thing. I think that she's trying to make an income. And so it makes sense to me. Like I can put all that together and I can go, okay, I see where
yeah,
she's at and what she's doing. I am
mhm,
not trying to make any money on this. In fact,
right,
I've got a restriction on this thing and I don't give a fuck. Like I'm
right,
not I this is just a hobby for me. I don't care. I haven't made any money. Anything that comes to me in gifts or anything, I give back a hundred
right.
percent to anybody and everybody.
I was
I
gonna say TikTok costs me more money than it's worth half the time, but it's
Yeah.
entertainment. It's entertainment to me. I spend maybe, I don't know,
It's entertainment as long as you're
$150 a
not the
month
one in
maybe.
it.
Well, I don't like when they want to confront me on stuff, as long as it's not I'm not going to sit there and try to convince you to like me. I'm not.
Mhm.
I don't have it in me. I'm 51 years old. There is a billion people on this app. And guess what? If I'm not your cup of tea, move on. Don't let me
Mhm.
up on your panel. Keish does not let me up on her panel, and I respect it. I request if I want to add to the conversation. A lot of times I request out of habit because I can't see.
Do you hear that, Keish? Let stuff up on your panel. Damn.
She don't have to. I respect her. It doesn't make any difference. Like I said, it's her panel. Maybe she doesn't want to hear my opinion, and that's okay too. I'm not gonna push myself down anybody's throat. But my thing is this. I just want you. I love you. I think you have an amazing heart.
I love you too.
I hope that you don't let this get in your head. I hope it doesn't get in Keisha's head. I hope that
I
that
think
you
Keish and I are on very, I think our journeys are in very different places. That's what I think. I think Keisha's journey is in a very different place than where I am. I'm at a very peaceful place, like in my life, and like this is entertainment for me. And before Keish came back, none like it was fun because I was watching the drama. I wasn't a part of the drama. And I prefer that, to be honest with you. I do not prefer to be talked about. I do not prefer to be a part of the drama. I don't like defending myself. I don't like having to call people liars. I don't want to fight with people. Like I I like my peace. However,
But then I was gonna say, but then you heard that thing of Pam and picked up the gauntlet, and I was like, oh, but I
yeah,
understood
I
why
was like,
I understood
because
why you did it.
I have my own reasons for doing that. I have my own history. I have my own
Yeah,
perspective. I have my own lens. And
right.
that was the first time I heard it. So imagine back when y'all first heard it. That's where I was.
But again, I can say that I don't care for that word. I don't care what color says it. But like I said, I don't really care for the see you next Tuesday word. But
Well,
it doesn't rip my gall like it does some people, because I've really not had I've never been racist, and I've never really been around people that are. And when I hear racist people, I go, "Oh, I almost feel sorry for them. Oh, you're that stupid." Okay, and I look past somebody. I just go, "Oh," put you
yeah.
in that category, and I just,
I
okay,
just feel like they wanted to forgive Pam where they did not want to forgive Bree.
or you,
Period.
or you, because I think they took something you said that wasn't meant to be racist or race forgiving or whatever they called it, and twisted you. And I didn't agree with that. Um, and Breeze, I listened to the daggone thing. I tried to hear that word, and I still couldn't hear that word. Uh,
Mhm.
But even if it was that word, I wouldn't have been upset at Bree over that. Um, Again, it doesn't rip my gears like it does some people. I respect it when it does rip people's gears, and
Well,
I
look
say
what
you
had
have.
just happened to me, so.
I know, and that's why I said I understand why it hit you closer to home on TikTok streets because you just lived through it.
Hmm.
You were just a survivor, and then here you got, but to expect people to have their gears be ripped over it when I think Pam's got a bigger following than you, maybe, or I'd have been around longer. I don't know, but you can't judge people for not getting upset. And that's what Sal's used to. That's the only thing Sal's does that I don't agree with. And she'll swear up and down she don't do it, but she does. If you don't get angry about whatever she's angry about, then you're the bad person. And
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. I think you have a right to be. What offends you might not offend me, and what offends me might not offend you, and it's okay.
I agree. I mean, I
It,
totally agree.
um,
I think
I,
that somebody just asked if I was going to shut the fuck up about Keish after this live. And I'm going to say it again. I said it before, but I don't think you heard it. Um, unless I have to defend myself or correct a lie. Other than that, I do not plan to continue this. I don't want to be in a hate bond with anybody, and I'm
but
not
my
going to
thing
do it
is,
with Keish. So I
Kmac, I don't
will.
know who. I can't read who said that. Karma
Karma
J.
J. Yeah.
It's her story. She can tell it anytime she wants to. She has the right to feel or defend in any way she feels fit. Um, because they don't like each other. If you don't like to hear her story, you're on her panel, or you're in her room. Bye. There's a million other rooms out there. I just don't understand why people. You can't determine how someone is affected by something. But baby, I love you, and I don't. I'm here if you need me.
I love you too, and I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. I'm so glad you came over to talk because I knew that Keish was live, so I would probably have a really so Kish so can Keish. She started it. It's not Keish. Karma J, why don't you come up and talk? Like, let's hear your voice. Let's have a conversation. Tell me what you want to say. I promise I'm not going to mute you or anything. Like I don't do any of that. I don't censor people.
Oh yeah, because she's big bad and behind the keyboard.
Yeah, let's hear what you got to say. I know that you love Quiche. In fact, there are probably the half the people in here or more love Quiche. I'm not going to sit here and try to get people not to like her. I don't care. I'm just not going to let her lie about me or what I said or try to convince people that I said something I didn't say. Like I'm not down for that. And I'm only gonna talk about the things that she brings where it's me up that is not true or inaccurate. Other than that, oh, here she comes. Good. Hey, girl, speak your piece.
Oh, I'm so bad, big bad, Stephanie. No, here's the deal. Y'all took a break at the same time, supposedly. I don't know about you, but I know about Keish. But I do know this. She didn't come back here for drama the way you did. You were not mentioned. Nobody was giving two flying fucks about what the fuck you were doing. But here you go on Bree's panel talking shit about Keish, assuming whatever. And enough
Is
is
that what
enough.
you heard?
You was on the live earlier asking her if she would just put the sword down or if she didn't want to put her sword down, you would. She doesn't want to talk about you no more, but you don't stop. You keep going and going and going and going. It's like you want to be the fucking perfect little victim. You're not a victim.
I don't think I'm a victim. Is that what you heard though? Is that what you heard that I was
What do
talking
you
about
mean? Is
her
that
or
what I heard?
this?
I've been in your chat and I've been in her chat, so I know what the fuck's going on.
Okay, calm down. We can talk about it. It's fine. It's not that I want to keep it going, but I felt like I have the need to defend myself.
What
Wouldn't
was
you
she
want to defend
supposed to
yourself?
do? Exactly. But you know what? What was she supposed to do when You haven't been talked about. Hell, nobody knew where you were. Maybe some did, some didn't. It doesn't matter. But
I love TikTok.
she just happened to be playing that live, and there you go, you know. So yeah, she wanted to address it, and I think she handled it pretty well in the beginning until you just wouldn't stop hopping on panels and shit.
She was inviting me to come up.
Well,
Okay,
why
after the
does
fact, but
Keish
after the fact, you still kept doing it.
why
She
does Keish have the right to defend herself, but Kmac doesn't?
Keish would have left it alone had you not just accused her of lying and this, that, and the other, because she never came back here starting drama. You did.
okay. If
You went
you
on Bree's
believe that to
panel,
be
and
true,
Bree didn't even bring her up. Bree wasn't even talking about her.
if you believe
You
that to
brought
be
her up.
true, if
I've
I
heard the clip. I've heard the
okay,
clip.
hold on a minute. If you believe that to be true, then let's give it a week when all this dies down, and let's see next week if Keish stays out of drama.
I promise you she can do that.
Okay. I am, it's a challenge. I want to see it. I want to see the proof of it because
I'm not
I
making the
haven't seen it
challenges
since I've
for
been
her.
here.
That's between you and her. But I'm telling you, she could do it before you can.
I disagree. I think that I can do it, and it's not if she literally drops it today and I don't have to defend anything about anything that she is saying tomorrow, I will never bring this up again. I promise. You've got it on tape that I just said that. And you can use it against me if I do. I will not bring her up, her name, not even my experience that I have gone through, nothing. If she will drop it today, so will I.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay, you've got my word. And you can use it against me if I don't. You can absolutely. But I will only talk about it if I have to defend myself against something that she says. Well, I think that went well.
I do too. I,
I'm joking.
I think it went better than it could have, I reckon, but
Sadie, you
uh,
know what I mean though? Because
I
like
do.
how I just spoke with her and we could actually, like, she came in real hot, but we were able to kind of calm it down a few notches. That's how I usually operate in my life. Like, that's who I am as a person. Like, I'm somebody who can actually talk to people, and I want to. That's the thing. When I got here and I wanted to talk about Gypsy and stuff, it was
Mhm.
because I wanted to hear everything. I wanted to hear, about the case, but I also wanted to hear, like, why did Bree defend her so hard, and what was it? And like, I wanted to hear everything, and I got really, really chastised for ever listening to Bree's
Oh yeah,
side.
me too, honey.
You
I
know
got
what yeah, I
yeah,
know.
flip
You know
flopper, two
exactly.
faced. I got called everything
See,
because
that's the thing is it's from
yeah.
the anti side that you're being called all of these names. It's
Oh
not
no,
from the
no.
pro side.
I got it from both sides.
The pro side was saying that you were a flip flopper and you were two faced,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like to know who because the
Crystal Double Standards called me that because I thought she blocked me and got all defensive because I gifted Bree and I was an anti, and then
come up here,
I
Crystal, if you
found
can hear
I
this.
found out. Yeah, I found out later that it's because I was on a panel after Bree got arrested that was laughing and joking and whatever about it, and I wasn't even like my mic never come on. But regardless, I'm not asking to be accepted. Okay, Mike, please don't try to fix nothing for real. Um, but that's what I think Crystal ended up telling me after. I mean, I respect Crystal. I respect all. I try to have respect for everybody. But my thing is, because I'm sitting on a panel with my mic muted, doesn't necessarily mean I'm even hearing what's going on.
I agree with you
And I
because I've
got
done the same thing.
she has her kiddos right now. I didn't use those exact words. Okay, well, it was something to that effect. Steph tends to agree with whatever panel she is on and has participated on panels talking shit about Brie. That's, I'm not going to say it's not true, but I will say 80% of the, I say 70% of the time if I'm on panel and I'm muted, then I haven't even heard sometimes what's going on.
See, this is the thing I love about Crystal is she is so much like me in the respect of she tells the truth 100% of the time, and she always
I
has
will
proof
agree
to
with
back
that.
it up. Yeah.
I will agree with that. Like I said, I won't say that I've never said anything bad about Crystal, and I do try to be open minded with any panel that I'm on. So if that looks like I am whatever panel I'm around, I don't get up on a panel to fight and argue the panel. So if that
I'm with
appears,
you. I do that too. And I
I'm
think
like,
I did it a lot more when I first started going on panels where I would sit there like somebody's talking and I would go, uh-huh, mm-hmm. Like, but I'm just like listening to them, like participating in a conversation. I'm not agreeing, but I would be called like, you're doing this or you're doing that. And I don't know. But I
right.
definitely was nice like doing that. I would even last night, Kish was making fun of me, and I would because I would talk. Bree was talking, and I would go, like
Right. I will see that'll mean that you're agreeing with the host. You can't do that. See, obviously down there, I am not going to go up on somebody's panel and disagree with them to the point of an argument. I'm not.
That's
I
where
don't
I used to be. I'm not like there. I've changed my stance since then, but I used to feel that way.
tend to change a bit depending on who's there. Just an observation. Like I said, there is two people on this app that I dislike. Two. If you've ever seen me on a panel with either two of those, we'll talk. I'm very open minded, and if
Yep. And who
nothing else,
else? I don't. Who's the other person?
fancy.
Fancy. Okay.
Fancy and Skip. I don't, I think
Yeah,
they
let's
don't,
not say her name. I feel like it's a Beetlejuice situation.
uh,
And because I got that from Sheena. I think it's hilarious. She said that about me once. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, that's the only two people that I probably wouldn't sit on a panel with because my redneck would come out. I don't, I would not be able to bite my tongue hard enough.
You know what I hate about myself, especially when I listen to stuff back, is when I'm like screaming. I hate, like, I don't like coming out of myself like that. That's not who I am. I don't ever, like, I can't remember besides TikTok the last time I've had a fight in my real life. Like, even with my husband, who I've been married to for almost 25 years, I don't fight with people. Like, it's not something I ever do. I don't fight. I don't live in chaos. I don't want like all of that craziness and drama at all. I don't want to be in it, but I'm not going to be lied about and I'm not going to be talked about. So when I go up on a panel and I come in hot, it's because I'm sitting there listening to bullshit going on and I'm heated. But I usually
Down
calm
here in
down
your
pretty
comment, I
quickly.
don't know these people, Trinity and Digits. I've never spoken to them, but
Let me tell you something
to,
about Trinity, just for example. So Keisha's live was going on, and I was on panel with all of her people who were not being very kind to me. They were also twisting the narrative, and it was a whole thing last night. And Trinity actually is somebody that was in the chat who saw what was going on and knew it was all bullshit. So I have mad respect for her.
well, my thing with what her comment is down there, opinions can change about people. And I am really bad at, no, I'm not really. Um, I was going to say I'm really bad about judging right off the rip. I, maybe, I don't know. I'm really open minded, but I will put you in a category in my mind. Sometimes I voice it, sometimes I don't. But when you show me different, I may say different. If I think you're being an asshole that day, I might call you an asshole that day. Um, does that mean I don't like you? No.
I honestly think that's the truth. I haven't seen you. I don't know. I haven't seen what they're talking about, but
I don't.
you came in
I want
here
to see.
today
I
and
want to
you
see
were
clips
like,
of it.
Well, you came in here. I saw. Okay, let's start there. I saw them calling you that day and just going hard at you and basically saying you have to choose. And if you want to hang out with them, you can't hang out with us. And I messaged you, and I'm like, don't listen to that dumb shit. Like, you can be friends with anybody you want, like whoever you want to. This is crazy. And I have been where you are, and I just want you to know, like, I'm here for you, girl. I support you or whatever. I said something similar to that. And then, like, today when you came up here on panel, you were not like, you did not think I was in the right. You were coming up here to kind of, say kindly, hey, listen, I think you're wrong and this is why.
Yeah.
And then you were willing to hear why I'm where I am and whatever. And you were like, okay, like, you are willing to listen and whatever. And I respect that. So I don't see you doing that. Talk about where you are. You just keep the same stance regardless of the panel. Is
Yeah,
it
but I think
possible, though, that she's just being nice? Like, she's just trying to be respectful of the people that she's around?
you're not allowed to do that on here without getting called out. But I mean, I respect their opinions, whatever. Yes, I hang out with Pretzi. Oh my God, I'm evil. You hang out with people that love Gypsy Rose. Be as shallow as you want to be.
I don't think she does. I think she hangs. See, I'm gonna do my best to take that away from people and what they're thinking, because I don't even think she knows Gypsy, and we don't even know if Marley is a supporter of Gypsy,
I don't
right?
either, but I mean, you know,
She hangs out with Bree, and she hangs out with the people that support on that side because she likes them, and I get it because I like them, right? But it has nothing to do with Gypsy necessarily, because we don't know if Marley likes Gypsy or supports her or not.
well, I mean, my thing is you can have your observation, but because I hang out with Pretzi doesn't mean I agree with everything Pretzi does.
Oh, hey, and Marley is not pro Gypsy. Isn't that
Okay.
interesting?
I did not know that, nor did I care.
See, now I will promise you, I
But if
will be
you're calling
called.
somebody out because of who they hang out with, look at the worst person in the world, or look at, you don't agree with every single thing that comes out of their mouth, but yet it doesn't change the fact that you hang out with them. It doesn't change the fact, if I mean, me personally, I may say you do too much. I tell Pretzi and Mimi that on probably a daily. You can ask them. It doesn't change the fact that I laugh with them, that I cut up with them. I don't. When they were doing that whole "who's the sister, scissor, scissor" stuff, I didn't get into all that. That was them. I was like, all right, y'all have fun. They in the Scooby Doo van doing their thing, and then I would go see something else. But
It's funny. I went in and out of it because I honestly wasn't taking any of it seriously. So I would be very sassy and sarcastic in their chats, like saying things like, okay, so Sal's is the behind the account. Like, what are we
I
talking
made an
about?
observation on, like, when they were talking about all that. I
Yeah.
tried to participate. It just didn't hold my interest because I don't care who a troll count is. Could care
Yeah.
less. So I like put in my 2 cents. I was like, here and there. I would put in my 2 cents, and then
I
I'd be like,
got a lot of
okay, I
apologies.
gotta go.
Yeah. And I got a lot of apologies during all of that because Sal's went so hard about her troll account, but she had wanted me to ignore mine, you
Yeah.
know? And so a lot of people were sending me messages and stuff and saying they were sorry and they see it and blah, blah, blah. And what I was commenting on when I was commenting on Bree's panel was the fact that the biggest person who went the hardest at me over that never apologized.
See,
The
I don't
person that
know.
was holding the panel.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's interesting. And it told me a lot about who she is as a person, because again, if it were me, that would have been the first thing I did, but I'm that kind of person. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I will say I'm wrong, and I will apologize because I
But see,
don't want
that's
to
me.
hurt people intentionally. But I'm not sure that she moves that way in the world. I think I've listened to her
Who?
enough, and she's talked, huh?
Who?
Quiche. I've listened
Oh,
to
okay.
her enough.
I thought we were. Oh, okay, go ahead.
She has talked about herself enough to where she says that I've heard her say that she fights with people. She's not a nice person. I think she said, I don't know where people got the impression that I was a nice person. I'm not. And I agree with that. I see that in her. And I thought, okay, it's not that I expected an apology. I never expected anything. I don't expect anything from anyone. I was just it was interesting to me that she didn't. And it showed me who she was as a person. And it made me care even less about receiving anything from her. Like if she were to apologize today, I honestly would be like, no, that's cool, girl. You do you. Like it doesn't, it holds no value to me. And I guess, that was the whole interesting thing. And that's the same thing where it goes right back to what we were talking about is that, you have to, you have to judge people like on their own merit and quit grouping everyone together. Everyone is not a group. For example, this is a good one. What Sheena had done recently about she did something. Do you remember what it was?
Was it Pretzi or was it the ice? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, it was about Pretzi and her family
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. But I
Right.
stayed the fuck out of it. I didn't comment not one time because I like Sheena and I don't want to get involved in it. Like I am staying completely out of that situation. And that's my stance on it. But I don't think what she did was right. I don't think what any of it was anybody on either side. Like I think the whole thing was just wow, like stay off TikTok. Like none of it should have been here.
And I think,
But
you,
not one person said, "Hey, Kmac, how do you feel about this?" Because no one cared, no one cared.
right,
And I
right.
didn't get involved. I just stayed out of it. That's
Well,
where
I
I
had to
think
hear a lot
Keish.
about of it. I had to
Well,
hear a lot of it.
you were involved in on the panels and stuff, but you stayed mute. I noticed that you wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, because I didn't agree with it, but at there was a time that I was pulling away from Pretzi right before that because I didn't believe everything she was saying, and I was getting dinged with a lot of things, trying to. I felt myself being drawn in to protect her, and I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be your defender when I don't believe you to begin with. When I started questioning her, I started pulling away from her because I'm getting dinged for taking up for her over what I believed to be untruths. So I was like, all right. And I messaged her and I said, look, I'm going to pull away from you because of this, X, Y, and Z. Her and
Mhm.
I had a conversation. And, but the lies that she said did not make a difference. The lies were about her, what she went through. It wasn't lies about, like, she didn't lie about you. She didn't lie about what you said. It was things that she said. She used to work for MTV or whoever. She, had a heart attack and had to go to the hospital. She was swatted, things like that. She never
Right.
named who did it, but it was it was just things I felt weren't true. She would not prove to me they were true. Things you could have a piece of paper saying this happened, and she didn't produce them to me. So I stepped back. Then this all come out about her family, and I felt stronger that that was wrong. What they did, going real life on her, pulling all that up, putting her in something was wrong.
Okay,
So,
hold on, Steph. So Keisha's asking me to come over to her chat and have a. Okay, I will only do it if she promises not to mute me.
or drop you. She's gonna drop you when you say
Yeah,
something she
I
don't
don't want to
like.
be dropped and I don't want to be muted, but I will have a conversation with her. Will y'all come over there with me?
I will, but she's not gonna let me up on the panel with you. But I'll be in
Well,
the
as long
chat.
as you can voice in the chat.
I will try. But like I said, I mean, I have to go get my glasses on.
Why
But
can't she? Okay, let me ask you this. Can she come over here?
she had two accounts. She can bring one of her accounts here and still stream over there, can't she?
Yeah. Why can't she come over here? Let her come back here. I think that's a better idea.
I'll
I'm getting
drop.
messages.
I'll drop, and her and you can be on your panel.
Yeah,
Or
and then you can come back up after.
they
Because
said
then we
just
can
you
kind
and
of
her on.
analyze everything.
Well, if that's what you want, I'm here for you, girl. But like I said, I'll drop if she's over here.
I love talking about stuff. Like, I'm a girl who talks about things. Like, that's what I do. But
I
I
know.
don't do it in a malicious. Like, I can be respectful and talk about, like, the situation or what, I don't want to
We
hurt
can go over
anybody.
there if she turns the comments off, and I'll stay off. Just you and her on the panel talk. I think that would work. That
Oh,
way,
what I was going to
nobody's
say.
feeding into y'all's situation.
Oh, I agree with that. Like, if she wants me, I don't know. Okay, I'm still getting. I'm sorry. I'm getting messages that are making me laugh. Just Okay, she doesn't. Okay. So yeah, let's let her come over here. Let's do that. Let's let her come
I'll
over
drop her.
here because I know what I will do, and I know that I will keep my word, and I will not
You just
you
remember that she panels every day. That's not her job, but she has to deal with a lot of people's um, opinions.
yeah.
And you know yourself, you are the one that told me she has a good heart. You remember that when you have this conversation. Yes, still support yourself, defend yourself. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And
When
but
she is calm and reasonable, I can talk to her. But
well,
when
that's
when she has a panel of 7 people backing her nonsense, I it's I can't. I just
well, it
can't.
feeds the flame. But you two need to figure it out, squash it, be done with it, so both of you can move on. But she does, like I said, I know over there you were like she played it 15 times, but remember, probably 13 or 14 of them was, hey, what's going on? Play that again. It wasn't her just driving it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, ask her if she'll drop everyone on panel and she'll turn off the comments. And I know I'm being advised not to do that, but I will go over there if she will do that. But she has to turn off the comments, and it's just her and I having a conversation. And then when it's over, and I'll leave, and then she can do whatever she wants. But as long as I'm there, that's what I want. Those are my conditions. So let me know if she'll do it. If not, that's fine. We don't have to talk. But if she wants to have a conversation with me, then that is the way we can do it.
Yeah, I think that
So,
would be best. That way nobody's feeding the fire on either side.
and I don't mind doing that because I know that, like I said, I know she's trying to make money doing this app, and I am fine with that. Like, I want her to do her thing, girl. Like, get
Yeah,
on
get
it.
your coin. Yeah, get your coin.
I don't care.
But
This is nothing for me, and so I'm not here to
don't
make
let
any money. I don't care.
don't let you being hurt dictate, or don't forget that the 13 times she's played it, it's probably because people's asked her to.
And I hadn't thought of it like that. And so I agree with that because I have been in that position where that is happening, especially because she has like, almost 200 people in there at a time or more.
Right,
And that chat's popping and it's like rolling. So many people are asking.
right. And she is, like I said, she does have to feed her followers. Um, please them too. Even though she's a very strong woman, she's very, stern on what she does. But I know even strong women have heart, they hurt too.
Yeah.
And, I just I just don't want the chat to feed into the fire. That
Carmen
is,
J, go ask her if she'll turn off the
she said
comments.
she will not mute you.
Yeah, but I want her to turn off her comments. I want her to drop everybody, nobody on panel but her and she has to turn off her comments. And if she wants to have a conversation, just her and I, that's what the stipulations are, that I'll come over there. Otherwise, that is going to be a no. I know, and I know I'm asking a lot, which is, and I normally wouldn't do that, but
Well, if it's
considering where we've been,
yeah, I mean, and the comments, as you've seen, they feed both sides. You know, you'll have some that think you're in the right and say something that set her off, and then people that think she's right that'll say something in the comments that'll set you off on a different direction. And I think it just needs to be the two of you all having a conversation out in public, and either walk away agreeing to disagree, or walking away with some kind of mutual respect for each other and just walking away. Either way, you were a big supporter of hers at one time.
yeah, I know.
And and whether or not, if she doesn't like you, you can respect that. Like I said, you don't have to like everybody. It's okay.
And I think her and I having a public conversation where everybody can hear is great. I just don't
Absolutely.
want it to be 8-on-1. And
Right.
I
And
don't
then
want her comments, attacking because, hold on. And I agree with what I'm being messaged.
well, I don't know what you're being messaged
Ooh,
for.
we can co-host?
Yeah, if I drop down, you could see. Yeah, like if y'all were going to do a battle, I don't know how that works.
Hey, that's cool. We could do that.
All right, I'll drop down.
No, no, no.
Oh,
She has to agree to any
oh,
and all of these things. You can stay up here for now until we
okay.
all make a decision. But I think if she's interested, co-hosting sounds great to me. Like, I'm fine with that. That way she can keep her chat going if she wants. Although I really wish she wouldn't, because I think that it's really easy to get gassed up on either
Yeah,
side. Because, we're both getting messages and stuff. It's
yeah,
not just me.
yeah. And that's what I said. That's why if you want, do you have to go out again? I'm gonna punch this dog in the butthole. Go, go. All she wants is another treat.
That's so funny.
Oh,
Actually, I'm going to mute for just like 2 minutes. So stay here, don't leave, and talk to the chat.
hi, chat.
Hold on, how do I do that?
Come here. Go. Now I'm gonna leave it out there for a minute too. Oh, Keisha's coming over here, is what Momo said. Keisha's here. All right, I'm gonna drop down. Kmac said she'll be right back, Keish. I hate doing laundry. Does anybody else hate doing laundry? Well, I hate doing laundry, but I do. Don't take 10 seconds. And I think when I'm not looking, my clothes multiplies.
I hate doing laundry too. I'm back. Okay, Keish, let me
Keisha's
put you
here,
up.
and I'm gonna drop down.
Okay, girl,
All
stay in the
right.
comments and then come back up afterward.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
What's up?
Everything and nothing at all.
I mean, you had a lot to say, and I hear ya. I think at this point we could just go our separate ways. You
Yeah.
know, you don't have to talk about me. I don't have to talk about you. This is not something I anticipated at all. Like, I randomly was scrolling through Bree's live, and I just so happened to stop at the point where you mentioned my name. It was like fate.
I
I
know,
feel
I know. I
to
heard
hear
that.
it.
I heard the shock in your voice when you found it. And it honestly made me sad. Like, I thought, damn it. Kmac, why did you even do that? Like, why? And I wish I wouldn't have looking back because I never wanted to hurt you. It wasn't my intention.
I don't think you hurt me. I think it was just me responding because I was also like bored at the moment, and it just gave me something to talk about because there was nothing else going on. I'm sorry for like over dramatizing it because I don't, it's not that deep to me.
Oh, good. I mean, I'm glad that, and yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm glad that it's not.
Yeah, it's not. And I think, but now that you have came up on my panel and been aggressive and now hosted a live where now you're an hour into it talking about me, I kind of feel like now there's some animosity.
Yeah.
So as an adult to another grown adult, um, I don't want to have this type of drama on my channel. Look, if you want to talk about me and talk about what's going on in my live streams, I just won't engage.
I made a deal with Karma J that I do not plan to go back on. So I have no intention of talking about you tomorrow at all.
Okay.
Or even today. I mean, because it sounds like there's nothing to talk about. I mean, and I
Here's
don't
what
want to do that. Like if I'm a person of my word, you will learn that about me. I don't lie and I'm a person of my word. And if I say I'm going to do something, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
all right. And if you don't, it's fine. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't really give a fuck.
Well, if you don't, I promise you I will
I mean,
respond.
if I talk about you, then here we are. At the same time, it's like I won't join your panels no longer, and I won't accept you on my panels.
That sounds good.
All right,
Yeah, I can live with that.
just coexist.
Yeah, I'm fine
And
with that.
yeah, if I see you on Bree's panel, I'll just keep on scrolling.
Here's the deal. I want you to do whatever you want to do. If I'm on Bree's panel and you have something to say, I will mute out of respect because I'm not trying to start a war with you. And I'm not going to come at you in the chat. If I'm in there, I'm not going to bait you. I want you and Bree to get along. I
Me
want
and
you
Bree
to
have been
see
getting
them.
along.
Yeah.
When I first came back from TikTok, Bree gave me an account so I could go on panels.
I know. I think that's amazing, which shows me even more why I love her. So I don't want any trouble for Bree or her to have any chaos in her life that would involve you. You two have worked so hard to get to the place that you are. I want you to stay there. It's amazing that you got here, and I support this relationship staying where it is.
All right, but just know, like, the people that have heard you. Oh shit, shit.
I do know that your chat dislikes me greatly. So I don't plan on
The
fucking with
drama.
any of them.
Okay, the drama that has transpired in the last 48 hours, we can't take it back. You can't. We none of us can. I said
Right.
what I said. You said what you said. You know that's the funny thing about words. You can't go back.
Right. And I stand on everything that I've said. I don't regret anything, and I don't think you do either. And I don't think we should have to say we're sorry. And no, we're not there. It's fine. Like, I meant what I said. You meant what you said. It's all good.
All right.
But if you're,
Can you just do me one favor?
sure.
Can you say who's talking to me?
Well, who's
You know,
talking to me?
who's that talking?
Who's that talking?
It's Cats and Crochet. You know who Cats and Crochet is?
Yes, from
You sound
Morbid's
a lot like
panel.
her. You sound a lot like her.
Okay.
People think that maybe are you Cats and Crochet?
Me, no.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up. But all right, I'll talk to you. Well, we'll just stay in our own lanes, okay? I
Yeah,
won't comment on you, what I feel about you, and you won't comment on what you feel about me. But you're more than welcome to talk about whatever content I'm putting out there. But please don't put words in my mouth.
same.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for coming up.
Yep. How do I get down?
I don't know. I know very little about hosting and I've never been a mod, so yeah. I think that went well.
I think that went great.
I'm actually really happy that she came over.
I am too. I think that went great.
And I'm actually really surprised because I honestly did not think that we would ever be in this place at all. I thought
Oh,
like
that's
she
awesome.
wanted the war with me. So,
Yeah.
wow.
Look, see? You can be wrong. It
I
happens.
know I was wrong, you guys.
Write it down, people.
You know what? It's yeah, write that down, record it because it don't happen often that I say that. But you know what I like, and this is honest. This is when I told you about Keisha, and I said, she has a good heart, blah blah blah, and I went on and on. This is what I was talking about.
Well, good.
People are like multifaceted, right? So we're
Yeah.
not like one dimensional. We all have our good and our bad qualities. I think sometimes they just outweigh each other differently depending on where we are in our lives. And I can appreciate the fact that she is saying exactly where I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted to say to her, like almost verbatim. So
It's awesome. See, I love when good things happen at the end.
I know,
Even
me
if
too.
even if it's not hunky dory, we're gonna, we're best friends. I mean, it can go good and not be
Well,
ugly.
this is kind of where I wish like Pretzi could get with people. For
Right?
example, I wish that for her. And I have seen, I'm not in her chats. I've been blocked by Quad. I think it's because
That's
I'm on the
beautiful
pro
right
side
there.
hanging out and stuff, but that's okay. Whatever. I feel
Well, I
that's
wish
fine.
Quad and Sassy could get to that point. I tell Sassy all the time, it's over. Leave it alone. Leave it in the past.
Mm.
Get beyond it. They can't. They cannot.
I agree with you.
I mean,
I
I
actually
don't
agree with
understand
you.
it, but they cannot get past it.
Oh, I love my little pony.
I know. Pony.
But yeah, thank you, Pony, so much. I actually, it's crazy. I wasn't planning on doing lives anymore. And then I started talking with a friend of mine, and I was like, I will only do it if you do it with me. And so we've been kind of going back and forth about it, and I just hadn't made a decision yet. But then today I just kept, getting muted and dropped and stuff that
Yeah.
I just felt like I've got to speak or I'm going to explode because I didn't want to go on anybody else's panel and drag them into it. I really just wanted to like speak from my own panel because I don't want anybody else to be involved. So, hey Pony.
Oh, you're back.
I know. How are you?
Really well. That's so weird because I was about to shoot you a DM. I've got to say DM, not DM. um, but I was about to shoot you a DM. Look, I don't know everything. I've hardly really been on here, but I just heard you talk in quite a few lives and I don't know the ins and outs of all the drama or anything like that. I don't even know if you're involved in any, but I just heard you speak and I just wanted to say, like, have a lot of respect for you coming back and, coming up to Keisha's panel and facing that with her. And, I feel like you did that quite respectfully. And I think a lot of what you have felt and said, like, there are quite a few of us who have felt the same way. So yeah, I was going to DM you anyway and just say, hey, glad you're back. a
I
lot of
love
respect
that.
for
And let me
you.
tell you
Yeah.
something. I was actually going to DM you, and I guess it got so late and I forgot. But when I heard Mimi speak to you the way that she did on panel, the last time you were on panel with her, I was, I cannot tell you how angry it made me. I literally wanted to leave where I was and go up on that panel and just go at her. But
No, look,
I
girl.
thought you handled it so classy. Like I was just like so impressed. I could not even tell you how great. Like I thought you were, and I thought she was disgusting.
Oh,
How did I miss
look,
that
and
one?
that's cool, and that's cool. Look, I don't really want to talk about
Oh,
Mimi, but
okay, okay, okay.
I respect that. Look, I think for me, that was that live that happened. And it wasn't necessarily like that specific person. I think that live really changed. It was kind of I would say the camel that broke the straw's back. The straw that broke the camel's back. I was kind of like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Um,
Tony, is
I
that
don't,
what you and I have talked about in the past?
Yes, that was, yeah,
Okay,
I did
okay,
send
all
you a
right, yeah,
message, yeah,
yeah,
when it
okay.
first happened, because I honestly
Gotcha,
can't
gotcha.
remember how long ago
I
that was.
forget that you're catching Kmac up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but that kind of just made me go, you know what? Like, I don't want to do this case anymore. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how I
it's
am.
just gotten to the level of ridiculousness. Everybody's fighting each other. It's getting really venomous. And I just want to like come and like have chats and be cool, you
Yeah,
know,
that's how I am.
and just have fun.
And I want to like who
Um,
I want to like. I want to hang out where I want to hang out. I want to talk what I want to talk. I don't want to be censored. I don't want to have to hate somebody. I don't want to be negative every single day. And I'm not saying that the people are negative. I'm saying my attitude about Gypsy Rose was negative and it was affecting me. Like I felt negative all the time because of how much I hated her. And I'm not saying I don't still hate her, because I do. I just
uh,
have to make sure that like how much content I consume, because I can get quickly back to that place, and then I'll want to start posting and then I'm right back spiraling. Like, because if y'all
yeah.
don't know, I would post like, in fact, I heard I was in like the top 3 posters like of content, because I would just sit there and just put out massive amounts, because I really disliked her. And I don't want to care as much about that. I want to move on to something else. I want to change the world in a different way. Like what Pony's doing, I think is amazing. Amazing. And so,
Thank you. I've always liked GK Mac because we've always been really positive together. And, you know, me and you have never, like, we have never been involved in any drama together, whether it be on a panel
mhm.
or involved in conversations with other people's drama, like me and you personally together. So,
I
and
think
I
some
really,
people you just click with and other people maybe you don't. I had been told like oil and water is kind of a reference for some people. And I agree with that. I think that some people just don't click as well and other people do. And I love it when I find the people that I do click with. But I also have respect for the people that I don't, who want to come up and have a conversation calmly about whatever it is we disagree about.
and honestly, I think that when you start to do panels about like, hey girl, what have you been up to? What's going on in the world? All that sort of stuff, you'll find the drama doesn't come. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't come. But I really resonated with what you've been saying about like how like it's just gotten so toxic. And yeah, it got to the point where I was getting angry. I was getting way too emotional over an app and the way that some people were moving, and like just how, you know, like everybody live streaming each other and it's all recorded and then played back. And I just was like, I think that was the final straw where I was like, I don't need to be screaming on a panel with somebody, and I don't need to feel so hurt over, you know, friends on TikTok. And it's just not that deep, you know, it shouldn't be that deep. So,
And I
Yeah.
agree with you. That's how I felt when I originally came in here. When I started doing panels, okay, this is something a lot of people don't know, and I'm about to really blow your minds. But as y'all know, I'm sick. I have lupus and I have RA. And I am sorry, I'm getting a message. So I have lupus and RA, and I I was diagnosed back in 2009, and I got sick in the beginning of 2009. I was diagnosed in December with RA, and then a year later, I got diagnosed with lupus when I had a positive ANA panel. Okay, so the from that time forward, I would say what 2010 up until recently, I have been sick, really, really sick. And I slept most of the time, and I missed the internet way. Like the internet came out, I joined Facebook in 2009 and I hardly posted anything on it. In fact, I went private because I came on here, but I really didn't need to because there wasn't anything on it. I didn't post anything because I was so sick. I slept. I barely moved from my bed to the couch and then back to bed again. And I was trying to find a medicine or medicines. I'm on 14 now, and I get infusions that would help me. And it was a very long battle that I had to go through. And my health has been really, really terrible. So I missed all of the chat rooms and stuff that everybody else has done before. This is my very first time ever being in a chat room. Ever. So y'all let that sink in. Because when I told somebody this recently, they were like, wait, what? Like I was an alien. And I honestly, I feel like an alien because everybody else has been able to do chat rooms in other platforms, other places, but I missed all of that. I haven't done anything. I started getting these infusions back in 2022, maybe 2023. I don't remember exactly, but it's only been a couple of years. It took a while to build up in my system. I now get them every 6 weeks and I'm doing really well. Thank God. And like I said, I'm on 14 different medicines. Unfortunately, that sucks. And I am not as sick as I once was. Do I get to go out and participate in my life like I used to? No, I don't. I used to have a very active social life, and I used to party a lot on the weekends. We'd get together and drink on the back by the pond, and we just did a lot of. I'm a country girl, so we did a lot of stuff like that. We tailgated, we drank on the weekends, we swam. It was just a lot of. We didn't participate online and do stuff like that before I got sick. And I don't know anybody sick like me. When I got sick, it was crazy. And honestly, I thought I was going through like menopause or something. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And when I went to the doctor, I had a butterfly rash across my face. And she said, I think you might have lupus. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I didn't even know what it was. It was crazy to me. So when and also, let me just say this. I just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. And all of the biologics, y'all have probably seen like commercials for and stuff. I've probably been on all of them. And I'm not even lying. Like I have taken every single thing that has ever been out there. I've also changed my diet. I've also went on a like not eating diet, a lot of it because I couldn't. I was really sick. But I have worked on my gut. I've done everything you would think you could possibly do over 10 or so years trying to heal myself from the inside out. Nothing has worked. Nothing. And all of the medicines that I'm taking, some of them react with each other. Others have other side effects that I have to deal with. It's not just a one and done. It's you're dealing with this image or that. I'm sorry, you're not image, but you're dealing with this side effect or that side effect. You're having this problem or that problem. And it's a constant battle. So for me, this is the best I have done in over a decade. A decade. I haven't had to go to the hospital. Huh?
I said, I'm glad to hear you're doing better.
Yeah, but I don't think people realize where I am and who I am as a person, honestly, because I haven't spoken about it. I really don't talk about myself or my personal situation at all because I don't want people to use it against me. So it's not something that I've ever discussed. I always tried to stay on the topic of like Gypsy Rose or whatever topic was going on at the time. But this is my situation. This is where I'm at. So my experience with chat rooms is going right now. I've got 6 months in. That's where I'm at. So I've heard people make fun of me saying, I'm just learning. But the truth of the matter is I'm just learning. And I'm really needing y'all to maybe give me a little grace in the chat, who have not been a supporter of mine. If you could just understand where I'm at, and you don't have to like me. I'm not saying that you do. You don't have to like my stance. You don't have to agree with anything that I'm saying. But if I'm making mistakes and stuff and I'm doing things that maybe other people would not do, like maybe posting a DM, for example, maybe that shows that I'm not loyal. I don't know. I felt the need to defend myself because I was being lied about. I do plan on taking it down as soon as this chat's over. But that's where I'm at. And I don't think that, I know I'm not a bad person. I'm a really good person and with a big heart. I care about a lot of people. But I'm not going to sit by also and not defend myself or not defend something that I believe to be true and right. But I've never been somebody that's going to go and force somebody else to feel the way that I feel. Like once I hear that maybe you don't feel the way that I feel, I'm pretty much going to listen to where you're coming from and then maybe agree to disagree and move on. I'm not going to go on a tour, type of thing. And yeah, so maybe that gives y'all a little bit more insight kind of to who I am as a person and if I'm doing good or not. I've only been doing chats for 6 months now. So
Yeah, and look, I'm not going to lie. When I saw you come back, I think I had said to a friend in a DM and said, "Uh-oh, Kmac's back. It's going to blow up." But it wasn't necessarily because of you. It was just because I know how vocal you are. I know that you stand up for yourself, and I know what happened last time. And so I just thought, oh gosh. But I think here's the thing, like when you talk about your lupus, for example, like I know that I've learned that like I've met a few people on panels who have lupus, and I never even knew what lupus was before that. And I mean, obviously, you don't have to give your personal information, but I know there are a few in this community who are struggling with lupus and don't have anyone to talk to.
I
You know?
want to find those people. That's another reason. I had a friend of mine actually say you need to tell people what you're dealing with so you can meet other people because I really don't know anyone, Pony, at all. And I
No,
want to.
I have spoken to a couple. I would say it's only a couple. And I asked a bulk amount of questions on a panel just because I had no idea what it was, what it does. And I know they struggle because they've been isolated inside their home, and then they've come to TikTok to kind of join the Gypverse, and then they've been horribly burned, and then they feel even more alone, and that flares up their lupus because they're stressed. And
Yes.
so it's and I don't think, even if you had a panel about lupus, it's not really giving your private information. It's more sharing about your experience, like between
I'm
each other.
almost
But
ashamed too. Like when I was talking about it to a friend of mine recently, she can relate because of what her own experiences, but I was ashamed to say, well, I slept for 14 hours a day, and then I would get up, barely move. Like I've got a body of an 80-year-old. Okay. And I would barely move. I would, crawl to my couch, and then I would watch a few hours of TV, and then I would go back to bed. Like, I could not stay awake. The inflammation, okay, so the inflammation test that they give you is a scale of like 0 to 4. I was a 52 before I started infusions. I was a
Whoa.
52. Yeah. I
And
was
I think,
sick. I mean, I
and I
was
think
really sick.
there's a lot of people on this app who are here because have, um, they don't have, like, I know for me, I have best friends, right? I have best friends who I love forever, who are here for me, but where they don't live where I am. So I've been friends with them for 20 years plus. But I don't have a group of friends where I live. Like, I have my
Same.
family, I go to work, I have my life. But in terms of like female to female, woman to woman interaction, this is what I get.
Yeah.
And so it does, you can say it's only an app and all this stuff, but you get to know people and you get feelings for them, and you can, as much as you can say that there's real life friends and then there's TikTok friends, it's kind of like, I would akin it to like having a pen pal when you're younger, and the more you write to that, I don't know if anybody's had a pen pal, but I've had a few.
I
Like
know
when I was a
exactly what you're
I
kid,
saying.
when I was a kid, not when I was an adult, but when I was a kid, and like you feel like you know that person. Like, you write to each other, you tell them about life in their country, what they're going through, what their parents are up to, what they're learning at school, and you just do. You get close with them, and I've just like I've come to this. Look, there's Christine. Like, she says, I don't have friends in real life. Like, I know a lot of us, and I know a lot of people dealing with, whether it be lupus, depression, and anxiety, and this is their place to come. And a lot of us just don't. A lot of us are torn, right? So I know, like, quite a few people have asked you, or have had the feeling, oh, well, have you flipped? Do you agree with Gypsy and all that sort of stuff? And it's kind of like,
The
look,
answer is
we
hell
all,
no.
no, we all have the same view, right? But to me, at this stage, talking about Gypsy is almost like talking about politics and religion.
Well, yeah, like,
Like,
I
I feel
beat
like
that horse.
you shouldn't talk about her anymore
I have beat that horse
if
into
you
the
don't want to
ground.
be involved in major radical ends of the scale, and you don't want to be fighting with people. And some of us are just, we're done with it.
Hmm.
Like, and yeah, just, I don't want to talk about her anymore, and I don't want to fight with people. Um,
And
you
I
know,
don't either. And I'm not going in places that people do want to talk about her, or fight about her. So I'm avoiding those chats that I know that content is going on, because that's fine. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to talk about. For myself
mm,
personally, I'm done. And since I've said I'm done, I have not gone into anybody's chat, or I have not talked about her since, and I don't plan to. So.
I think it's twofold too, because there are a lot of us who came together in this community to battle it out over Gypsy Rose.
Mhm.
And that is now fading, as in, there's no new documents. She's been here for 2.5 years. A lot of us are still fighting for her to be off the internet. I think I always will in my own way, but she's part of a wider issue for me. She's not the only content creator. She's a pattern of people that shouldn't be here. Um,
And
but
I agree with
then
you.
but now we find ourselves in a community that came together for one cause, but now that cause is fading. We're left with a fight, and where does that fight go? It goes to fighting each other. And we're all in this
agree
community now
100.
where, where Gypsy has gone, but because
You're
we've
so
formed all
right.
these alliances and we've formed these strong cliques, it's almost like you can't move away from those, because it's seen as a betrayal, or
Yep.
there's an issue. And we're trying to find our way in a community that we're all still in, but it's got to be a completely different landscape for some of us.
Yes. And that's what I
So
made the decision for myself. And let me tell you something. It was not you, I'm just saying to the chat. Like,
yeah.
it was really hard for me because, number one, I knew that I was going to get called a two-faced flip-flopper, whatever, when I was even seen over there, number one. And number two, there was somebody that I really cared about and loved who I fell out with, who was also over there, and I didn't want to be hanging out with her over there, you know? So yeah, if you look at it from my lens, like, it was tough. It was not easy for me to make the decision that I made, but I just stand firm that I'm done. And I will also go in like anti people's chats who are talking about other things. I just don't want to talk about Gypsy. And if Bree wants to and she starts to talk about it, I'm not going to participate in that either. Like, I'm done on all sides, but I don't want to see sides anymore. Like, I don't see two sides. I see a bunch of people, and I'm going to hang out where I want to hang out. And I think that we should all be able to make that choice for ourselves.
And I think a lot of us are feeling that way. A lot of us are now trying to have lives that aren't about the Gypverse in general. It's not about people's beefs. It's not about we're coming together because we have been friends. We always want to be friends. And we don't have to be judged for that, basically. Like, I saw you on Bree's panel and, like, I get it. And, like, I have to give props to Bree. I mean, I've never had a personal conversation, but like, I do have to say, like, she's not doing Gypsy content anymore. You know, she doesn't want to talk about it for that same reason, because she's just like, you know what, like, I want to get, you can see she wants to get on here. She wants to have fun. She wants to have chats with her friends. And every time that it turns into Gypsy, she just gets attacked because she's Gypsy's friend and she's pro Gypsy. But that's been her persona for 2 years. And so people can't separate that persona from who she is. I mean, I'm not saying we're friends or anything. I don't know her enough, but I have noticed that she even
And the
doesn't
more
want
I
to
get
talk
to know
about
her,
it.
the more I feel like I'm going to end up defending her, because that's just that's who I am. I do that shit. And I know that I do that. And I try to tell myself, stay out of it. This doesn't concern you. This isn't your business. But I will. Trust me. If I
Yeah,
see
and
somebody being wronged, I just can't stop myself. I don't know.
yeah, and but I also think, like, just don't go to those places. You know, like, Steph Tone, you know I've always loved you because Steph Tone don't give a shit. Like, she just goes anywhere. And I don't know how she does it, because it would stress me the fuck out. Like, she goes
I love that about her.
and I get that people, you know, there's a lot of stuff there with Brie, but there's a lot of stuff with a lot of people. A lot of people have done horrible things to each other on this app. And I'm not saying that. Look, I get the
Like, I'm
Brie
not
thing,
proud
and
of posting a DM. That was kind of difficult. That was a difficult decision for me to make, because I agree with everybody who says DMs are personal and you don't do that. I've never posted a DM in my life, and I would not recommend anybody do it. But I didn't know any other way to prove that I had not said that other than
yeah,
to show the proof.
and you know what? We're also living in an environment right now where people are sharing DMs to either prove an argument or prove that someone said this, or, like, it seems like, you know, a year ago posting DMs was like taboo, and now people are doing it. And no, it's not right, but we have to agree that a lot of people are airing out personal um, information, like personal chats, and people feel compelled to do so. But the other thing I can say, Kmac, is like, the more that you, like, if you have an argument with somebody, right,
Mm-hmm.
and they can go to another panel and they can speak shit on you or whatever, don't respond.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I've learned
because
that.
if you don't respond, like take for example, and I'm only using this as an example, me and Mimi had that horrendous argument on that panel. And I believed I was right. She believed she was right. We were never going to agree on the matter. However, it kind of perpetuated a little bit the next day. Like I was followed a bit in comments and there were a bit of snarky things, but I just didn't give it anything. I was like, I'm not doing this. Today's a new day. Like it's not that deep. But it's never been spoken about again. Look, here she is now. But I'm not going to do that. Everyone believes you're wrong is yeah, no, they don't, Mimi. I've had very lots and lots of messages and people saying that I was right, and that's how an argument
She just
goes.
told me I was wrong too, so it's all
But that's
good. We're both
okay. We're
wrong
not,
together.
and you know what? We're not here to talk about that. But
And you
I
can come
think
up if you want to, Mimi.
the thing is that I don't want to talk on that. It is what it is. It's over. We disagreed.
I would
But we
love
don't.
to come up. Thank
Oh,
you.
here we go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just let everybody up here if they're respectful.
it's
So
all good. It's
be
all
respectful,
good.
Mimi, and don't be disrespectful, please.
No, she's fine. She can air
I'm
her
just here
opinion.
because Tony keeps saying my name
No,
I
I
was
said it
saying your name
once.
earlier.
I said it once, Mimi, as an
twice
example.
now. Twice
Okay,
now.
well, twice. Okay, you're counting, obviously. Um, I just mentioned it to say as an example of two people who had a really heated argument, and it didn't really go any further. We both moved on from that. We agree to disagree, and we haven't been fighting over with each other since because it doesn't have to be that way, which is what I just said.
And that's true.
About it, but you've still been talking about it, which is very
No,
weird
this
since your
is the
stance
first.
is that victims do not have a voice and should not have a voice.
Okay, well that's not my stance and you know that, but I'm not going to continue this discussion, Mimi. I brought it up as a testament to both you and I actually that we had a big argument, we didn't disagree, it was quite heated and we both left it. That was what I was trying to say, that if you don't give something air and you don't remain angry about it and keep fighting each other over the same thing, that both people can just move on.
I can agree with that. I do like to give you no air.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Mimi,
I can't.
stop it. Mimi,
What?
behave.
I am being just fine.
Well, you ain't got to be nasty. That was not a
I'm
nice
not
comment.
being nasty.
You're doing too much.
I'm not doing a thing.
Well, you were like, I'd rather not give you no air. Okay, agree to disagree and be a big girl.
And that's okay. That's why we don't go in each other's spaces and we don't, like if you're doing a live or something, like I don't jump in there. I can respect that. We don't see eye to eye. Um, and we both don't like the way that we just don't like each other's personalities. We rub each other the wrong way, and that's okay. That's why I've stayed away from your spaces. I respect that.
Hello, Jersey. She honestly probably doesn't know she's up here.
No, yeah, she probably just went
And there she goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I like Mimi. I just do. I don't know. I always have. I don't agree with everything she's done. I think it's fucked up the way she talked to you. I told you that, Pony. I still believe that it was fucked up. Like my heart was racing for you.
But see, here's the thing, right, Kmac? Because and I'll be honest here, like you were the one who brought it up in the first place, right?
It was me.
And
Yes.
and I did say, look, I don't want to talk about it. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true,
And
Mimi.
yes,
She did not.
I did bring it up the second time as an example. It's probably a poor example because obviously it still stings for both of us. But like I can be on a panel with Mimi, and if Mimi is your friend, like I respect that. Like,
We're not
uh,
friends. I just like her, but I don't know. I think I don't know. I just like her. There's a different,
Guys,
And
this
that's
is the
okay.
internet. I know a lot of people have parasocial relationships. I have not met any of you to be friends with any of you. Not
I
even
would
like
say yes,
touchy.
true.
Like my friends are real life tangible things. This to me is the internet. And I think a lot of the problem is a lot of people have a problem like breaking the two, like separating the two.
They're not separate for me because I I guess because I'm kind of new to all this, but the people that I have made connections with on here, I have real life friendships with. Like I want to go have lunch with them and stuff in real life. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
see, it's very much different for me. The
Yeah,
internet is
look,
the internet and like real life is
I mean, I don't
real
want to go
life.
have lunch with everybody. I'm just saying, there's a few people
Yeah,
on
I
here
get,
that I
yeah,
really
no,
like.
I get what you're saying. I look at it differently. Like, I don't know. I have like
yeah,
a
and that's
whole
okay,
real
Mimi. I
life
mean,
and then
you
internet is like in a different compartment.
and
Hmm.
I guess I don't know if you've been listening to the whole live, Mimi, but I guess we were having a whole discussion about like you've been on the internet for a long time. You got a really thick skin, and those are strengths of yours.
Very much so.
But
Yeah.
there are a lot of people here that we were just saying that like a lot of people have health issues or they have other things where they might not leave the house a lot. I'm not one of them, or they may be isolated or whatever, and it's their choice to come to the internet and make friends. But for a lot of people, they do come here for friendship, and so it is a different, it's kind of two different types of people operating in the same space. And then I guess for those people, if you don't want to be involved in stuff, then you've got to stay away from drama. And maybe this case isn't for you. And then you can get on panels and just talk about anything else and just have fun. And they just have to be really conscious of the environment that they're in, because there's a lot of people that don't treat it that way. And they just have to be careful, I think. Yeah, that's what we were trying to talk about before.
And I agree with you. I think that's one of the qualities that I really admire about Mimi is her thick skin. Like she is strong. Like I really am. I aspire to be that strong. She is amazingly strong, and I want to be like that. You know, I'm not. I'm weak. I'm new.
And I
You
think
know,
Monica is saying it right. Like, I'm not saying like you guys are nothing or anything, but like you guys are acquaintances. I like some of you guys. I
yeah.
wouldn't mind, like, if I met some of you guys in person, I guess I should say. It wouldn't bother me. But again, like, I can compartmentalize real life and then internet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's two different things for me. I can't, like, this shit that happens on here, I can't get offline and, like, worry about it and think about it. And it consume me
I
to
wish that was the
where,
case for me because when I left for 2 weeks, I had to because I was getting, and I don't have anxiety issues. And I feel for those people that really do. That's not something that I've struggled with, but I had to leave when I left for 2 weeks because the anxiety that I was having daily was causing me to have chest pains. Like I was waking up with this crippling anxiety over what was happening on the internet when I was being talked about every day and everything. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I needed a break from it. And I almost didn't come back. So
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm doing dishes. Sorry. I'm listening and jump over and hit the button every once in a while, but I'm glad you're back.
oh, thanks. I wonder. Hey, Harley Kim, how are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I know things have been going on, and Like I'm here back and forth.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I think I talked to you the other night when I went on Pressie's panel for a few minutes, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I was uh, shocked. Okay, I had just seen that video for the first time. I hadn't heard this. I had no knowledge that it even existed. Nobody was talking about it. It was all like crazy when I heard it. And I immediately was like, have y'all heard this? Why isn't anybody talking about it? What's going on? Oh my God. Like, I didn't know anything. And so that's the reaction that you were getting when I came on that panel.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And then once I heard Pancake say that she was going through something medical with her husband, I shut it down and I stopped completely. Yep.
Like respect for that. Thank you.
I know when she comes back, she'll probably, rip me a new one because I heard, she was calling me crazy and saying a bunch of wild shit. But that's okay. We can go at it when she comes back and she's ready. I'm here, and I know that she is a little bit more vile than me.
Or, or here's a possibility.
Hmm.
Maybe you could consider apologizing and not like even having it to where you guys go at it. And
What would I be
maybe like,
apologizing for?
Exactly. If she doesn't feel like she needs to apologize for something, then why should she apologize?
so, okay.
What am I apologizing for, though? I mean,
I'm legit.
I don't
Why?
know, maybe stirring up old shit just because you didn't realize that it was old shit.
okay. I could probably get behind that. That's true.
Okay.
And yeah, I can agree with
Like,
that.
not trying to be rude, but like, I get like you saw it, it pissed you off, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, people were just reposting it because they were trying to get like a ride or whatever from her. I get that you saw it, you were riled up, but maybe like if you understood everything about it, you wouldn't have reacted that way. So I would start off with maybe apologizing to her for that.
How did I drag you into it, Cooks?
Wait,
What?
what happened, Cooks?
Oh,
Like I'm
Yeah,
confused.
you're welcome to come up. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't think I've dragged Cooks into it. That would be the last person that I would drag into it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want to do that at all. So I'm confused, legitimately confused.
That screen name right now, like I just need to point that out.
I didn't tell anybody to
And
send that
Percy's
to
chocolate
you.
pie is just like that. My dude,
why?
Pam lied about that. I never asked her to send that to you.
you're
I
telling
said
people.
I wanted you to see it, but I never asked anyone to send it to you. I wouldn't do that. But I was curious if you had seen it, given the strong reaction that you had toward me. That was my stance on it. And then when I found out you had, and that you had squashed it, I guess, I let it go. And I haven't said anything since.
Are we talking about pancakes and what she said? Like she said what she said. No apologies.
Cooks, that's not true. I never told anybody to send it to you. If you believe that to be true, ask those people to show you proof because it doesn't exist. I did not do that.
I'm confused.
I'm just talking to Cooks in the comment. I invited her to come up. I am going to take the video down of Susan because she asked me to, and she apologized for lying. No, I didn't want Susan to send it to you. That's not true. I never go look at the video. I never asked Susan to send it to you. What I said was, I want Cooks to see this, or has Cooks seen this, or something to that, but I never asked her to send it to you.
Here's the thing, right, Kmac?
Hey,
And
Mac, I took it up when you said you wanted cooks to see it. I don't know the exact verbiage you used, but it seemed to me, and it seemed like it to other people, that you were asking, like you wanted cooks to see it. And you know that I'm tight with Pam, you know I'm tight with cooks, And I felt like that. So that's what I'm just trying to say, hon.
I agree with that. And I can see
Okay.
why you would take
Okay.
it that way now. I just felt when
Yes.
I heard that, okay, so I heard you say that, and then I hear Audrey J coming up talking all this lies and mad shit. And then I heard something else on another live. I think it was Keisha's live later that night where you were telling me basically to fuck off. And I thought, what? Like, I just couldn't, I just had hit my limit. However, it
Hmm.
wasn't an easy decision. I'm not somebody that posts DMs. I do think posting a DM is a
But you
fucked
did.
up, I
But you
know.
did.
And it's a fucked up thing that I did.
And it
Easy.
worked. My
Easy.
feelings are crushed. Okay. It worked.
Easy.
Hold on,
People
everybody
reaching
mute.
out to me, asking me if I'm okay. I mean, come on, you got to think of the bigger picture than you just getting it out there and making me, you got me, you burned me, you won,
How did she
but
burn you?
No,
Like,
no,
I'm so
Harley Kim,
confused.
please
Listen,
be quiet. Please be
listen,
quiet.
though. Hold on, Kmac. So I will say that, Susan, I will say that, like sometimes it, a conversation at the beginning of this conversation, Kmac did and even know this. She did say that she did something. She posted a DM and she would never do
right, you're
that
right, you're
before, and
right,
she
you're right.
did. Yeah, and that she was going to take it down.
Yeah, and I
And
appreciate
so
that. But
yeah,
everybody saw it, you know, like hundreds of people saw it. And I talked to Pancakes. We're good. We're strong. She didn't disagree with what I said. And, you know, she didn't take it as me being mean towards her. But, what she did succeed at was hurting me. You hurt me. So, you
So
know,
go to her privately and be like, girl, you hurt me.
that's what I wanted, right? But I couldn't because she blocked me, right? And then she posted our DMs. I couldn't see it. I had so many people reaching out to me, asking me if I saw it. And yeah, it hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry.
I'm sad to hear this.
I
Do
don't
you
want
have anything you
anybody
want to
to lose
maybe say to
her.
Susan?
Of course, I'm sorry. I don't want to
I
hurt
know you
Susan.
are. I know you are, K-Mac. I know
I
you.
love
I know
Susan.
you.
It's not something I wanted to do. And I went back and forth. I was actually advised not to. And I did it anyway because I felt like I was pushed into a corner. But I
Okay.
knew that the
Okay.
backlash would be
And I get
against
it.
me. I knew that the backlash would be against me, Susan. I knew that everybody would come for my neck because you are loved in this community, as of course I understand that because you are a lovable person. So I knew that they would all come for me and they would hate on me by posting it. But I still felt the need that I needed to show that I didn't lie.
All right.
Okay. Well,
So Heather said, please
let's put
explain
this to bed. How about that?
how people are
Yeah, I
still
want to
supporting
do
I love
that.
Pam
that.
after what she
All
said.
right. Putting it to
Pam
bed
said
is
what she
is the best
said.
thing. I'm sorry, Harley. What you said?
I'm trying to read this comment. Somebody
Oh,
says, please explain how people are still supporting Pam after this is
Look,
the
we're not
second
going to
time she
talk
said
on that
it.
here. I just
she
like I
has
Listen,
an
think that
can I
apology. She
please
has
say
an
something
apology.
here? Brandy Coates is Sammy Soup in the comments. This woman, let me tell you something. I went through a severe stalking incident years ago, and this woman is giving me that vibe all over again. Okay? And Sammy, don't fuck with me because I'm not above getting a goddamn lawyer against you. I'm not going through this again.
I
Leave
agree.
me the fuck alone. I am not playing with you anymore, Sammy. And I'm
Leave
not
her
kidding. I
alone.
want this
Yeah,
whole
everybody just needs
community
to
to
cool it.
see this because
Settle
this
down,
is not
Cooks.
happening to me again.
Settle
You
down.
understand? I'm not going through this again.
Take a breath.
You look how she's laughing. This is what she does. She's evil.
Just leave her
And
alone, Sammy, at
I'm
this
not
point.
doing this anymore.
What
I
You
has
don't
am
want to
not
happened?
do
What's
doing.
this.
going
See,
Please
on?
look,
don't do this.
look what she's saying.
What
What are
is
you
it?
talking about?
Just
True
leave her
colors, you
alone.
fucking nut. Leave me alone.
Oh, I wish I was near you, Cooks.
Who
I would.
the hell do I ever fucking stalk on here? Who the hell do I bother? You are sick. You are sick.
Kmac,
Dear
do
God,
you
you have a
have
child? God have mercy on that fucking kid. You're God, right? You're sick. There's something very, very wrong with you.
I'm sorry, Cooks.
I'm not going
Kmac?
through this again in
Sammy,
my
just leave her
lifetime.
alone,
You know
please.
what, Sammy? You can have it all. Have it all. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.
Bye. I'll talk to you in a minute. See how this
This
shit gets blown
That's what
up?
I mean.
And I
This
had
is what
no
happens, Susan.
idea.
You have a live, right? And it's about something completely different. And I'm like super happy. I had no idea. Like I know that Kmac had said about the DMs. I didn't know it was you. I,
Yeah,
I
it's
have no
me.
idea of what happened. I had no idea. I haven't seen this DM. I honestly, I don't know. But I'm glad you guys could work it out. But this is what happens. You have a live and you start talking, and
She's
then people
blocked, by the
fly
way. Hold
in.
on,
Oh,
Tony. I just
thanks,
want to say, yeah,
Kmac. I
she's
just for
blocked.
this,
I
just for
didn't
this.
know. I'm so
That's
sorry,
okay.
Cooks. I feel
Yes,
terrible for Cooks,
yeah. But
and
I
I'm
feel
so
what
sorry.
happens is that people come in, and then people will follow them in and attack them and then bring it up in the comments, and then it gets heated, and then like it didn't need to go that way. Like if you don't want to be in a live and you don't like somebody, or you're maliciously trying to stalk them with malicious intent, like don't come in. Like don't come in. Take the beef somewhere else, because it just gets the whole panel riled up. It gets somebody really upset. And it was never even about that. That conversation wasn't even about that in the first place. And Cooks shouldn't have had to come up here and defend herself and get so
No,
upset
no, this
just
has been going
because
on
Oh,
off for days now, and
I
it
know,
just needs to
yeah.
end. You know,
I had
But
no
but if somebody,
idea.
enough's
if
enough.
some,
Well, and
if
that's the
people are
thing.
gonna,
We don't know what happened in other panels. That's that we don't know that.
yeah,
But that
yeah.
that was horrible. I'm so
Well,
sorry
this
for
just
Cook.
happened here, and it's been going on all day, and I think Cooks is at the end of the rope right now. You know, she's
And I just
done. I
think,
can tell in her voice she's hurt,
oh,
and
I've
she
never
just
seen her
wants it
like
to
that.
stop.
I've
Me
never
either.
seen her like that.
Me either.
But I think
I've
like
never
as
seen her
a
like that.
host, right, K-Mac, I used to have a fear of blocking people or muting people because I know it makes people mad, and then people it escalates. However, like I've kind of learned that if you're a host and you're hosting a panel and somebody is being hateful, no matter who that person is, if they're bringing hate or attacking someone or doing something, they just get muted because it's not like
Oh,
it's
I
not
agree.
etiquette.
I'm
It's
not.
not etiquette.
I
It's
don't
not the
do
way that you
anything.
should operate.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
mods, and I don't.
I'm
I'm
not a
not.
mod. I'm not a mod, Cherish. So otherwise, I probably would have.
I
But I
started
also have to
over.
ask the host to
Yeah.
do that. Like, I don't want to just be block happy. But I think we all have a responsibility that if someone's flying up in the comments and just, yeah, and I've been guilty of it too. If somebody's flying up in the comments and just rage baiting, that they need to be muted and blocked because it riles everybody up. Paul Cooks has had to get up here and defend herself and sounds really upset. And yeah, I think that we all have a responsibility to just have a rule that you don't come into lives and just rile people up. And if you're
And
going to do
it's
that, you
been
get
going
muted.
on. It's been going
Yeah.
on. Like every freaking panel I go to, except for Ivory Rose
Mm.
knows. Like she has the coolest channel, man. I found my place over there. That's where I hang most of the time. But she hasn't
Oh,
been
I
going
love
live in the
that.
past week. You know, she's got mom duties. But when she goes live, I'm over there. That's my
You know what I
spot. I love it
mean?
over there.
That's
She just made
exactly
me a
what
mod and everything. I love it.
I love that. And
Yep.
I think that's amazing because I think we all should find like our voice, our spot, our
Yes.
people, our
That's my
whatever.
spot over there. I mean, I love everybody here too. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
have, you know, 100 of friends or whatever, but thousands of friends probably. But
I
when I
think
go
that
over
I
there,
have
and it's just a, you can take a deep breath, you can have fun, and you know, she does different cases. It's not gypsy, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I like over there.
And you
I
know, I come
plan
over
agree
there,
with you.
Susan, for Nancy Guthrie. Like, we've had really nice time
Yes.
over there. Like, I don't
Oh
come all
yeah.
the time, but I
It's been
remember
lovely.
remember when I was doing the Google flights for that whole day? I don't know if you were
Yes.
there.
I
Yeah,
think
like,
I
but
was.
you were, but it's fun over there. I do agree. And you know, when I saw Susan on the panel as well, as somebody in this community who knows that Susan is always like, you know, just a pillar. She's just there to, you know, keep the backbone of the live going.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
nice.
necessarily like all the fighting.
It was nice to see you
I
there
get
though, because I
anxious. Yeah,
felt
thank you though,
comfortable. I
Pony.
I
felt
Yeah.
usually
comfortable. I
do
was like,
too.
okay, Susan's there. Susan's a
Yeah.
mod. It must be okay here. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she has a great spot
Um,
over there, I gotta tell you. And
And I
man,
yeah.
think,
she was getting almost 1,000 people in her lives, man.
Yeah, that was
wow.
crazy.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
she does great. She does really well.
I was popping in and out, kind of, I guess, popping
Yeah, I
around
saw
trying to
you.
see
I
stuff.
saw you when you would come in and gift me a little bit. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I plan to remove the post. I will unblock you, probably follow you again. I
Okay.
don't
Let's keep
want
it let's keep it kosher.
exactly. And I also want to say something. I think that my what I had said was misinterpreted when I was in Breeze Live, especially what I wanted to say to you was when I made a comment about, how much I liked it over there and that I was so full of, I guess hatred or whatever when I was doing on the anti side. It wasn't about the anti people, it was about my hatred for Gypsy Rose. And I was
Yeah.
feeling so negative all the time and I just had to stop it because it was just too much negativity for me and I couldn't do it. It
Yeah, and I
wasn't
get
about
that. I understand that. And a lot of people are going over to Brie, but they still don't like Gypsy. You know what I mean? It's not like people are
exactly.
jumping
And
sides.
when
They just appreciate her. And she is a decent person. I'm not going to lie on Brie. She's a good person. She's funny as hell.
I
She comes
agree.
up with some funny, she's just a really good person. But when it gets into the Gypsy stuff, we can't agree.
No,
It's
and I'm out.
impossible.
When she talks about Gypsy or if she does, I'm out. Like
Yeah,
I'm done.
but
I
she
can't do
hasn't.
that.
Like she's changed. You
I
know.
agree. And I like that so much about her. And I like being over there. I like the people
Sure.
over there. I
I'm gonna
really
say
enjoy
hi.
all of it. And I just wanted to stop feeling so negative all the time. So I was trying to find my place, kind of like you had found yours. And I feel like it was it I was misunderstood. So I wanted to clear that up because I don't have anything negative to say about any one person or any group of people. I want to like whoever I want to like, and I just want to
As
go
you
where I
should.
want to go.
Right.
And I don't want to be, and I have apologized for what I had said earlier that someone had misunderstood and it turned into a lot bigger thing than I ever wanted it to be. And so I'm glad about that. And that squashed. And this was the other thing. So I'm really glad you came up here because it,
I am too. I am
it
too.
really did. And I also want to say to you, because I know you were told by Audrey J that I had said all that ridiculous stuff. That isn't true. I never said that Gypsy was strapped to a wheelchair and had to wear a diaper and Dee Dee was abusing her and all that crap. That never happened. I did
Okay.
not think that. I still do not think that. And I have to be careful about the Gypsy content right now that I consume because I can get right back into that hate that I have for her. So, yeah, I
Yeah, it's easy to do.
absolutely do not think she should be on the internet. I'm never going to change my stance on it. And Bree and I we can agree to disagree, but we don't talk about it. We talk about other things that we do agree on. And the thing with
Okay.
pancakes, I just want to make it clear because I don't know if you know this or not. I had just found out about it. That night was when I sent everything to people,
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it before. That was my very first reaction. And I had just seen it. I had just found it.
Well, when I told you about her husband.
Yeah. And when you did, I had stopped. I stopped all further things talking about her altogether
Right. Right.
because that's how that's a human thing to do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
She's dealing with an awful lot, and people may not want me to support her, but I heard her apology video, and
See, and I haven't heard that as of yet. I still haven't heard it. I don't
well, we
know.
played it on Keisha's panel today.
Okay.
So when whoever the person is that posts them on YouTube,
It'll
you
be
can
on
watch
YouTube.
it. I
It
don't
was
know, like
extremely
that was a long
genuine.
ass live, so you're gonna have to search for it.
Yeah, it
I
was
want
an
to
It
hear
was
it.
towards.
extremely.
I want to say it was in the middle.
I'm so glad to hear that there was an apology video. And you know what? It
Yeah.
makes me realize that I really should have waited before reacting, because I literally saw it and immediately reacted and started asking everybody, like, have you seen this? What's going on? Why aren't we talking about it? And I
Mhm.
never knew it was old, number one, and that she had an apology video. I just found out about the apology video today.
I think it came up on my FYP maybe
Yeah, it's out
yesterday for
there. You can
me.
find
So
it.
I did
You
see
just
it.
search
Yeah,
for
I
it a
did
little
see
bit,
it.
and you can hear it in her voice. It's heartfelt.
But to be
And
honest, I did miss all that too. Like I know about it, but I wasn't on TikTok when that
yeah,
whole
so she
thing
did say
blew
she
up.
didn't say
So,
it, but then she apologized. So I don't get that. I see what you're saying, Robin. I get it. Yeah, I got to listen to it again, hon. I just listened to it one time.
but
I'm
I don't
so
again,
know. I'm
glad to
just
like,
hear
giving her
that.
grace. And
yeah, and that's okay.
You know
Like,
what?
uh,
I would too. I
her
absolutely would
father
give her
is
grace.
like part black, so she feels she has a little bit of a right to say it. I don't like the word either way, but she made an apology. I don't know. She did deny it in the beginning, but then she apologized for it. So I don't know. You got to listen to it
I think
to
a
get
lot of
the
it's going to show with her behavior moving forward. Are we going to keep hearing
yeah.
it? Is this
Right.
something,
No, I
I mean,
doubt it
I
very
hope
much.
so.
I
no,
doubt it.
I
I
don't
don't.
like, and
I don't think
I
that would
think,
happen.
I
She
think the
was
thing is
mad. She
too.
was really mad at Lindsay, who is Woo Woo Bestie.
yeah.
Ivory Rose grows louder. She was really mad about that, and she was going on about that. And then because they kept telling her that they have her saying the N word back in the fall, and they never played it, so then she really got worked up and mad, and it just came out. She just blurted it out, and
And I think
it's
that's the
not
thing
good, but
too.
Pam, hopefully
Yeah.
we can all get past it because she's not going anywhere.
I
She'll
can
And I
be
get
think
here.
past it.
You know what?
the
What Pancakes did, she did. I don't care what she did. She said it with her whole chest, and she
Here's
took
what I
accountability
wanted to
for it.
point out. Was it not just, okay, it's not what she just said. That's not the whole issue for me. The issue for me was that if it had have been Brie, she would have been buried. Period. She would have been buried for it. Nobody would have forgiven her.
Yeah, but it's
Everybody
not
would have
Brie,
hated on
right?
her.
Okay, hold up a minute.
It's not
Yeah.
Bree.
Stop.
She didn't
Stop
even say not
making a
Bree.
hypothetical. We don't
Okay.
want to do a hypothetical in this situation. Well, if that person said it, it wouldn't be okay. Let's just keep on Pam, okay? Pam said it, and
I ain't got
everybody.
no
If you
problem, Pam.
if you have a problem with it, take it up with her. You
Right.
know.
No,
Yeah,
I have
I was just
no
gonna
problem
say
with her.
that. No, yeah,
None.
I was just gonna say that. Like again, like I think that we should. Like I know that this was brought up, but again, like this is a point where Kmac we stop talking about Pam because she's not here. It's really nothing to do with
Agreed.
Agreed.
us.
Yeah.
But also, people need to realize that you don't have to ride or die for two sides. You don't have to agree with somebody or not agree and then only ride with the person who agree with it or only
Right.
ride with the person who don't agree
Agreed.
and then fight each other. At the end of the day, people felt the way that they did about what Pam did, but it's not for any of us to argue with each other over it. If people support
Agreed.
her, they
Yes,
support her. If
Tony.
people don't, they don't. And if you have that big a problem with it, first of all, don't talk about it. I get where you were coming from, K-Mac. And you know what? I think people need to realize that there's been a lot of, like, everybody knows that if something happens on this app, beef between someone and another, it's human instinct to get up on a panel and air it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's
Right.
where it starts. That's where the whole battle starts.
It's so
Just
But
funny
like,
because
because
I have,
people are so
that's
offended by
because
shit.
I'm
Like,
your
yeah,
I
friend
could say
doesn't
to
mean
see you
that I
next
agree
Tuesday
with what
word,
you said.
and
100%.
somebody's
And
going
I
to get
think that
offended.
if you have, like, if Susan supports Pam, that's her right. as a
But
person
just
and with
because
Pam. And
I
if you
love
don't
Pam,
support it, then you don't support it. But like, no one needs to be vocal on it anymore. If you really, you need to go straight to that person. And if you're
but
going to
like I
talk about
tell,
it on a panel, it's going to turn
But
into
can I bring
something that it
something up
doesn't
real
need
fast?
to.
Wasn't there a song or something that Brie was accused of saying the word like 6 months ago? Do y'all remember
Oh, I don't
that?
remember. No, I don't.
No,
Yeah,
but
there
I
was a
but
get
it was
song.
proven
yeah,
that she
yeah,
never said it.
she did.
But my
Exactly.
thing is this: just because a friend of mine has a bad moment doesn't mean I'm going to stop being her friend. She admitted that she was wrong in saying it. She said that she was sorry, but to, like I was telling you earlier, Kmac, to expect other people to have the same rage as you is not is not.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not even talking.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Oh, I
about
know.
Brie.
I'm
The
talking
fact
about
that Brie
everybody
was
else.
accused. She was
Oh yeah.
accused of saying it, and she never even said it. And it was the outrage that Brie got was so incredibly intense and went on for such a long time. And when somebody actually did said it that is really liked, and we heard exactly what was going on and how awful it was, like there was not the same outrage that I saw. And I was like, what's going on here? Why aren't we outraged? Why is that happening to Bree, who didn't even say the word? Like, you know what I mean?
I think a lot of us have come, like, there has been a bit of a timeline between that. And a lot of us have come to a different point now where we don't want to constantly be outraged about things. And I mean, you can be outraged about something, but in the past, we've all kind of, if there's outrage with one person, it's kind of formed into two sides. You're either with that person on the outrage or against that person on the outrage. And then for the next, week, it becomes about that one thing and everyone wars over it. And just, I don't think it has to be like that anymore. People kind of we don't want to do the outrage anymore. Like it's not that there shouldn't be an outrage or there should be an outrage. It's just like on this panel right now, I don't want to fight with Kmac, Steftone, Mimi, Harley, or Susan about something that Pam did. I don't want to. I don't want to fight with any person on
Exactly.
that.
Right.
So, and I think that we do need to be careful, including me. I've got a fucking big mouth. Like, if you're going to bring somebody's name into your mouth, like, you need to expect that it's going to go somewhere further than that.
Right.
And maybe we should all be conscious with each other when we're on a panel to just, like, if we're having general conversations, that's great. But, like, I would like him to make a commitment to squash things. So if somebody brings something up about somebody else's drama and the live is starting to turn into something else of people who aren't there, or that you just go, you know what, let's not touch that. Let's just move on to something else.
I
How
would
was your
like
day?
us to have the
You know?
same rules though for everybody, including the pro side. So we can all agree to have this same type of, I guess, groundwork rules with everybody. And it's not just, you know,
Yeah, but
we go after the pro side so much harder.
you
I don't
don't
want to see that anymore.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You can have your own rules, and you're never going to be able to enforce rules on other panels. What you need to do is, if you have a panel, or maybe a good friend of yours has a panel, it's up to you to set the rules of your panel, and it's up to you to keep your friends accountable in your panel to zip them and say, "Yo, like we talked about this, we're not going to do this."
Right.
And then if you go to panels where those rules aren't adhered to, or you're going to get heated, or you don't agree with someone on the panel, like, just scroll past. Try
I
to
just,
just, like,
if I'm up on panel and I hear shit going down and people are talking about, let's say they're talking about Kmac, a lot of times I keep my mouth shut. And occasionally I'll jump in and say a couple things, but like, this is going on right now. I'll just say her name, Casey May. So I'm friends with Casey and I'm friends with the other, Keisha and them. But when they talk about her, I keep my mouth shut, you know, and I forewarned her, like, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I do.
I love that
I'm
about
not
you,
going to join
Susan.
in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In fact,
Like,
I was
stay
surprised that you
quiet.
did join in, like even
I
talking
know, I
about
get
me. I
worked
hadn't
up.
heard about that until, like, I've never heard you do that before, ever.
No, I know. I did it. And that my bad.
So can we both say that we made a mistake in this? And
Yes,
okay,
I can say it.
I can say it too.
Okay. Well, I
All of
just,
these person.
I don't know, just want it to end, man. I don't like it. I don't like this crap.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
think I do. I can sense that a lot of people are feeling the same way, Susan. A lot
Yeah,
of people are
you're
just
right.
tired.
Yes, you're right. It just gets old. And it's like, okay, let's move on, you know? And I think
Yeah.
because a lot of people aren't talking about Gypsy so much, it's just drama
We're still
now.
in fight mode.
Straight
We've been
drama
in fight mode for 2 years, but
for a
now the
long
fight
time.
is
Yeah,
directed in the wrong place.
you're right. Yeah,
And, and I'm not sitting up here saying that I haven't been a part of it. Like, yes, I have a big mouth. Yes, I go on panels. Yes,
right.
I talk a lot.
Well,
And
you
some
don't
people
do.
like that and some people don't. Like, I get
Right.
comments with people going, get Pony off the panel. I'm sick of hearing her voice. I don't like her. She panel hops. And then I get other people who are like, oh, it's really good to see you and blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's the way it's always going to be. People are not going to like me or they are going to like me. But, I said to Kmac in the very beginning when she came here, I don't know if you remember Kmac, I said to you, I was like, girl, you cannot get everybody to get along and you need to realize that if you say something, it's going to come back for you. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
saying that to you.
My thing is though, and this is what I've always wanted, is for people to be able to talk and communicate. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to agree, but I think it's important to be able to hear each other out, hear each other's why we feel the way we feel, because we each have our own individual lenses that we look at the world from and we draw from our own experiences. And I want to hear you out. I want to hear why you feel the way that you feel. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't want you to feel like you don't get a voice because I want you to have one. I don't know. That's how I've always been.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with you. I think
Yeah.
that
And I
you should
mean,
be able to sit on a panel, even with someone you don't agree with, and have an adult conversation. Doesn't mean
Right.
you're going to go meet for coffee,
No, there are
or
so many
No,
people
right.
I
And you
don't
don't
like.
sit there and report the fucking person, right? You fucking
yeah,
Exactly.
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
I don't
I
even know
mean,
how to do that.
no, I can safely say I've
I
never
just
reported a
learned.
live.
I
Well,
just
Never.
Dreamer
learned
knows how
because
to do it.
well, I just learned because
Dreamer.
she shed and I, or not just her, but there's a
She
group of women.
follows me, by the way.
Oh, you're so lucky. She blocked me.
She follows me.
That's
When you
so
get to have a
funny.
seat, you've made it.
Yeah,
You're famous.
I haven't had
No,
have
I
a
haven't
seat yet.
either. I really don't want one, Susan.
No, me either. No, thank you.
But I was just going to say, look, I think I saw a comment a while back. Don't know who it's from. It really doesn't matter. But I think someone had said, "So are we all accepting Kmac back?" Right? That's a perfect example for me of just because there's people on this panel who like Kmac, who want to talk to her and stuff. It's not a we. There's not a collective community of okay, well, if we're all accepting Kmac back. If you don't like Kmac and you don't accept her, then don't do it. It's not a because one person says something, we all have to go along with it.
And you ain't got
Um,
to be in her room making snotty comments in the peanut gallery.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
and look, I'm not gonna lie.
I
Like
love the peanut gallery. I'm sorry.
you do,
They're the best.
you do, and I'm
They're
not
my
like
favorite.
and I do like you, K-Mac, but I know you have strong opinions, and I can see that you have like calmed your titties, and that you are
Thank
holding
you.
back, but you're still that person. You're
Mm.
still a person with strong opinions. You're still a person that's gonna keep talking, and some people don't like that. And I'm not going to lie, I'm on this live, and when you've started to start talking up, like there is a little piece of me that's clutching my pearls, going, oh God, don't say too much, K-Mac. But,
I
but,
know.
but that's who you are.
And you're not the only
Um,
one. I'm telling you. I get all kinds of DMs like that.
yeah,
So,
but I mean, again, if you get too much, then I would just drop and go, you know.
right.
Um, but I do have to drop and go because it's Easter Sunday here. So
Yes, nice.
we're
Oh,
going to
wow.
go
Happy
do our
Easter.
egg hunt and everything. But like, it was really nice to just come on here and have a chat and everybody
Yeah, I'm
be
glad you were
nice.
on the
And
panel.
Yeah,
I
me
really
oh,
too.
am.
thanks, Susan. I just missed having chats.
Yeah.
Happy Easter,
So
Pony.
happy Easter, everybody. Even you,
Yes.
Mimi. Bless your
Happy
family.
Easter.
Happy Easter.
I
All
love
right.
Mimi. I don't care what
I'll s-
anybody says.
Happy
I do
Easter.
too.
And that's the whole
Happy
thing that we
Easter.
just said,
Sorry, I
Susan.
was
Like,
dozing off.
you're all right.
All
You
right,
can love who
guys.
you
Well, I'm
love.
gonna
All
go.
right.
I gotta get some food.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the live too because we've been on for hours, but I really appreciate all you guys being here. We've had a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful conversation. I really hope we can do it again.
All
Happy
right.
Easter,
Sounds
Love
good.
you.
everybody.
Bye,
Have a
y'all.
good
Bye.
Easter, guys.
Bye bye.